Guys, listen up. As you get older, the best way to continue to look young, exuberant, and vibrant is to continue to take care of your skin. That's why I'm excited to have Teej Hanley as a sponsor of today's video. You heard me talk about them before, and you're going to continue to hear me talk about them because I believe in their products and the positive impact that they have on every man's life. Teej Hanley makes taking care of your skin so easy. They provide you with all the products you need and nothing that you don't. Every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. Lapeef family, I must admit, skincare wasn't always something I always focused on, but since I started using this system, I've seen improvements in the way my skin looks and feels. And you don't have to take my word for it. They have over 5,000 5-star reviews on their website from satisfied customers from around the world. I recommend you start with the level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: a daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer, and a PM moisturizer. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teej Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off retail price, the ability to customize your box, pause or cancel at any time, and free US shipping. And because Teej Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a great deal. Just click that first link in the description and you'll get 30% off the first box plus the free gift. Seriously, that's an amazing deal. Even though it's too early, as I often say, it's never too late. Click that link and get started today.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday to you. Welcome to the Trigger Mike Show on the Lapeef Network, best network on YouTube. Welcome, and I salute everybody. How was your Monday going? Uh, Fully into the school year. First week was done. We starting the second week. But yeah, how y'all doing, man? How's everything going with y'all? Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. A lot of people streaming today, but we just gonna be another one of them ones. Don't even matter to me. We're gonna let everybody trickle in, let everybody see my face. How y'all doing though? How was your Monday going? It's a little bit of a Monday. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit of a Monday. Uh, Taking a little while to get it started up in here, but trust, we're gonna make it do what it do for sure. For sure. Don't y'all worry about that. Don't y'all worry about that. We're gonna get it cracking for y'all. How y'all doing, good people? Where my people at? Welcome to the Trigger Mike Show. Also, let me give a shout out to the sponsor, Tej Hanley. 30% off along with a free gift. The link is down in the description below. Make sure you get that uncomplicated skincare for men. And thank you to our sponsor for today's show, which is Tej Hanley. Let me get to my notes real quick. All right, so salute to everybody around the world. We're international on the Trigger Mike Show and the Lapeef Network. So salute to everybody that's watching internationally, no matter what time it may be in your individual country, your village, your province. Welcome. Glad to have this YouTube platform that allows us to get together, talk, chat, share ideas and thoughts, and basically talk shit all day. So either way, I'm glad to have y'all here. And then shout out to my people stateside. All right, everybody on the up north, west coast, down south, midwest, southwest, west coast. So those of y'all on the west coast, I want to give a special shout out to y'all this morning. Heard y'all dealing with some flooding issues. I went to a wedding last year in Palm Springs, California, and it was the desert. That's the desert area of California, about I think roughly 2 hours from LA. And they're dealing with a lot of flooding. All right, a lot of flooding, and you know that's very uncommon. I believe they dealt with a 5.1 magnitude earthquake yesterday. So earthquake yesterday. The hurricane makes landfall yesterday, and today flooding rains. I saw cars. It looked like Houston. That's what Houston looks like when we have a hurricane. Okay, it floods bad in the city, worse than you've ever seen anywhere. Too much concrete. Luckily for me, I moved way out deep into the suburbs. They build retention ponds around everybody's house. They drain the pond when a hurricane is about to come, so it naturally fills back up on its own. Heavy rainfall. All right, Hurricane Harvey, I think, was the worst hurricane on record in the United States of America in 2017. And guess what was going on when that hurricane came? My baby girl, my my first child was about to be born and was due any day. People were like, you should name her Stormy. I don't know who the hell you think I am. I wasn't naming her that, but interesting times. I'm sitting here like, don't go into labor. Every labor pain she made, like I was like, don't you dare go into labor. We might die on the way to the delivery room. Hurricane Harvey dropped trillions, if I'm not mistaken, like 1 trillion gallons of water in Houston. Let me look that up real quick. Dropped like 1 trillion gallons. Yep. The overwhelming majority of Harvey's rains are over, and we have a new calculation of the total volume of water it dispensed on U.S. soil. 33 trillion gallons. That's how bad it can get, man. They try to tell us. They tried to tell us global warming, which is now global boiling. If you've been out in these streets lately, it was going to cause these catastrophic effects, and We were supposed to be taking it seriously 25 years ago, and now we're going to feel and keep feeling the effects of the work we did not do to keep this catastrophe from coming about. So this is what we get as humankind. You know, it's been prophesized for a long time that this was going to happen. In our own ignorance and our own ineptitude, we just basically destroyed our planet. So all of these wildfires that you see, all of these natural disasters that seem more intense, they need to stop using that phrase 1 in 100 year. They need to stop using that phrase. This is a 1 in every 100 year hurricane. A 1 in 500 year hurricane is happening multiple times per year in different places in the United States. They need to stop. That categorization method is done. It's done. This is a 1 in 500 year hurricane. It's done. We have one of those every year now. All right. One of those every single year now. So shout out to everybody. Hopefully y'all are maintaining over in California. I know you're not used to that type of weather. You're definitely used to the earthquakes, but hang in there, keep dry, and don't try to save anything that can't be saved. That is the one thing that I will say is very sad. People perish in the Houston area trying to retrieve their car or trying to stay with their car. If you know something is too deep and you don't see any other cars going through it, hopefully you have those rulers for anything that goes into a dip. Maybe it's an underpass. It usually has a ruler letting you know how many feet high the water is. Obviously, your car, the average car, is not 8 feet tall. So if you see that water at that 8 foot marker, do not attempt to drive through it. And don't guesstimate. If it just looks too high, you see no other cars there, it's probably because they're submerged. Don't go through it. Many people lost their lives doing that. And I don't want to see that happen to anybody. All right. So please stay safe. Shout out to everybody in California currently dealing with the hurricanes there, the earthquake from yesterday. Shout out to all the people in Hawaii. You know, some of my Navy people that watch. Y'all were stationed in Hawaii. I know y'all sending much love to people out there. Some of y'all got kids y'all don't take care of that y'all left out there being, classic seamen. So yeah, go check on your kids in Maui, man. Terrible times. This is what we've actually made it through the summer, but this is hurricane season. And we usually make it all the way to August. Nothing happens. And then it's going to be back to back to back to back to back. But from what we've seen from global warming, it really won't be any different. So I'm glad to have y'all, man. Shout out to everybody. Make sure you like, subscribe if you have not. And all of my subscribers, I want to tell you right now, go ahead and join the Green Gang. All right. The Lapeef Network is expanding. New ideas coming every day. New things on the horizon for y'all. And I don't want y'all to miss out. Become a member. I know you want to support this great network and all the work that is being done here. All right. With me, of course, Trigger Mike Show. You are always faithful. Thank y'all for coming through. But also new stuff on the horizon. You got JR in the background creating all types of new content for you. And I know there are perks that you don't get not being a member. So you might as well join the Green Gang. All right. If you are already a subscriber, go ahead and hit that join button. Okay. And become a member of the Green Gang today. You get to use the awesome emojis. All right. Somebody drop a Trigger Mike emoji, show them what's up and how they can support people not only on this show, but on the big show. All right. On the Lapeef Let's Talk show and the other good content we got coming for you. But man, it's so great to be with y'all today. I am blessed because this topic came from nowhere. And I'm going to really explain how we got here. Open the channels up early. It's going to be a little bit of a monologue because I'm going to read some stuff from the chat. If you would like to support the show, you can do so by form of super chat. I'm not going to lie, super chats are my favorite. These do cost money, but I do like reading those because it shows an extra level of support from the people we see every day. I see y'all support other content creators. Their game isn't free, so shoot, mine isn't either. Thank y'all so much for all the support that you give this show. Shout out to the sponsor, T. Shanley, of course. But if you would like to support this show on your own, show your love to the Lapeef Network and or Trigger Mike, go ahead and send a super chat our way and let us know you love us, send us some love. And if you're watching this after the broadcast is over, you can send a super thanks in the comments. I really love when people be going back and forth, and they'll send a nod to us via super thanks after the broadcast is over. So you can always show your support that way. And we are always thankful for any bit of support we get from y'all on this network and on this platform. And as you can see, they are taking, they are elbowing content creators such as myself that have this line of that create titles such as the one we're talking about today. I think there's another wave of cancel culture coming, because I don't see, from what I thought, the wave was moving away. I thought we were moving away from cancel culture because there's not even that much backlash for it. But what we cannot forget is that there are a lot of women in these companies. There are a lot of women in these companies, and they will be biased. And the reason I'm going to tell you it's biased, it's either the women in the companies lobbying the company to do something about, let's just, to lack of better words, I don't want to get into semantics or everybody's personal description, but red pill content creators are under attack. Obviously. Okay? Men will not cancel other men for this, I'm sure. Simps won't even cancel other men for this. It's the women putting pressure on them. Those women got to work for them. So in order not to hear their mouth, they just cancel the content creator because, hey, what is that to us, right? Just strip them of their platform. The worst part about this, and the reason why I believe it's a serious injustice, is because men don't care enough about anything women talk about to go get you canceled. That's you already know the word, but it's two words together. That's some punk, like, we're not doing that to you. Why do women got to do that to us? Because you don't like what you hear? I don't like half the stuff that people say outside of this house about me, about black people in general. I don't like none of that, but I'm not going to take away their right to say it. I went and fought for that. I went and fought for your freedom of speech. Okay? I might not like what you say. I might not agree with it, but I'm never going to be out here trying to silence you as if you don't have the right to say it. So that, if you want to know why it's kind of personal for me, I know some of y'all may have watched that Fresh and Fit broadcast on Friday. They had to cancel it because they got demonetized by YouTube. One of the reasons I feel like this is such an injustice, okay? This is a real injustice, and it should be considered an injustice that Fresh and Fit is getting canceled. And it should be considered an injustice not only because people aren't doing it to the female platforms that basically do exactly what Fresh and Fit do in reverse. I think it's an injustice because aside from their own personal opinions, the people that are most likely to complain about them submit their opinion to the show willingly. Are they speaking for women? Are they getting women puppets, women actors? No. I don't care what your opinion is on this. You know damn well those women come up there on their own free will to say that stuff out of their own mouth and then get it contradicted and then to get it challenged. It'd be one thing if they were bringing more like slaves up there to just beat down on them verbally. No, the same way it went down on Kevin Samuel's show. And this is why we call him the Godfather till this day. Okay. You can no longer say, as women in this country, that men are creating a narrative about you that doesn't exist. Put a one in the chat if you believe women are creating this narrative about themselves. We're just the spectators. Y'all create this narrative about yourself. Anything that we think, any opinion that we have is formulated by the stuff that comes out of your mouth. We ask you and you tell us. We don't have to formulate any narrative about you. Who we got in the chat today? Jill's Chocolate Boutique. How you doing? I had a wonderful anniversary. Okay. So, my wife was like, let's not do anything too big. Whoop-de-whoop. So I told y'all that already. So thank you so much for the wishes. We did go out this weekend. I will recommend, this was a dope little staycation. I do love staycations. And if you live in a nice metro like Houston, Dallas, ATL, stop going places all the time. I guarantee you, no matter how much of a jet setter, no matter how much of an urban socialist you believe yourself to be, socialist is not the word. Socialite. No matter how much of an urban socialite you claim to be, there are gems in your city that you have not discovered yet. If you are not going outside of your class group, outside of your ethnic group to find out some really dope things in your area, you have not experienced all of your area yet. I didn't even know there was a dope boutique hotel right in the area. I used to work at that area right next to Herman Memorial City. I used to work right there in that hospital. Did not know that in the city center complex, right there, a dope hotel called the Moran. That's where we stayed, okay? It's not, but 25 minutes from our house. All right. Dope boutique hotel, drinks and bars all in the city center area. They have a nice little chocolate martini. My wife loves chocolate martinis. We went and drank that. Right downstairs is something called Milano Bar, Radio Milano Bar. And then they have a party. They got like parties going on at each little thing downstairs. I was like, damn. So if you're hit me up if you're a young single guy in the Houston area. Stop partying at all the places that you think. And some of these ladies, if you could overhear them talking at the bar, they were there for work. So it's not, I'm not telling you out to go get a club chick. No, some of these ladies will work, very tasteful, very tastefully dressed, eating at Seasons 52, coming out of Capitol Grill. Some of these ladies got some class to them. They got money. They'll make good companions for you. Seem like they got their head on straight. So, hey man, explore your area. You might learn something new. My man Jordan Landry always in the building. What's going on? Sir Chai 87. What's up, my man? RPT Tipsy Nomad says, Trigger Mike, what's going on, bro? Looks like we are back to normal schedule hours. Yes, sir. School is back in, bro. The summer. Kind of does it kind of makes us make some changes, but we're back in full effect. Normal scheduled hours. You already know. Kenny says today's title is going to ruffle some feathers. I'm going to give you the full breakdown as to why I named it this. This was a full impulse title. Full impulse. No scripted anything for this. I'm going straight off the dome on this one. Sometimes I can do that anyway. I can monologue for an hour straight off the top of my head. But sometimes I like to organize my thoughts so I can teach a little bit. But today, nope, I got some stuff I want to tell y'all. All right, Larry Malone, how you doing? All right. Glad to hear y'all surviving. Demetrius Carter, what's going on? My man Trey in the building. Salute. Dodger Stadium. What happened to Dodger Stadium? Flooded? Oh. Dodger Stadium flooded. That's crazy. They're not used to hurricanes out there. That's crazy. My man says, Trigger Mike, I have an opportunity at my job which offers relocation. Should you pick Addison or Dallas? Bruh, definitely pick definitely pick Dallas. For the simple fact, hit me up on Instagram, let me know what you do. But the Addison, it might even pay more. If they're telling you to go to somewhere, I don't even know where the hell Addison is. That's why I'm saying go to Dallas. Let me see where Addison is. Hell no, bro. Go to Dallas. It's the immediate north. Well, no, it looks like if it's in the Metroplex. Hold on. Addison. Nah, man. Either one is good, man. Either one is good, bro. Addison is a suburb. It looks like it's a suburb of Dallas. Either one is good, bro. Whichever one's giving them more money and it has an opportunity for advancement, call some of your colleagues there. See how long some of the higher ups have been around. If people like them, you might be the next one moving up, bro. So yeah, either or. But yeah, they seem to be the same thing. My man Trey in the building. Quincy, what's going on? B Love, how you doing? Dale Matthew, always in the building. What's going on? Wait a minute. What's going on? Good day to you. My man, Sir Chai with the first super chat, breaking the ice. Thank you. My man says, Mike, what is the difference between passport bros and passport sisters? Why are the outcomes so different? Well, men and women are different. And there is good evidence to say that passport sisters started before any organized passport brothers movement ever did. Because you got to understand, too, that men are more likely to be married in any culture. We're the ones doing the proposing. So if women travel, they're traveling for different reasons. One of the reasons, of course, they keep this stuff on the hush. But sex tourism has been a thing for just about ever. For just about ever. Okay. And you want to know who started it? There's a lot. Go to Africa and go to a lot of these towns and let them know they don't like no Oyinbo there corrupting their young boys, because European white women kept traveling into Africa to have somebody schlong, no homo, wrapped around their neck to get choked. They like that kind of thing. They're kinks. All right. So, yes, passport sisters arguably started before passport brothers. That is the difference. Men can go with the opportunity to meet different women. I think the only time men have an organized effort to go elsewhere to look for companionship, it's because the women in their immediate circle are trash. And now we have too many immediate trash circles in the United States, unfortunately, for men. My man Trey says F&F is just the beginning. A lot of channels are about to be demonetized. If they're going to take out the big dog like that, bro, if they're going to take out one of the big ones knowing that it's going to put everybody else on edge, I can absolutely agree with you. I'm still a novice in this whole YouTube monetization game, but this platform is a men's platform. For those of y'all that don't originally know, YouTube is a men's platform. Only men predominantly use this platform since its inception up until recent history. You could say what you wanted on YouTube. They might demonetize you, but they won't take away your channel all the time. They'll let you know that, the algorithm will even coach you on how to not violate their terms and agreements anymore. But now this is basically like selective hearing. I know it says it. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they got brought up. If they start showing a pattern, because remember, you start showing a pattern of what you're doing. If it's against your rules and regulations, then there are several female channels that should be canceled right along with the male ones. If you want fair to be fair, because if they start showing a pattern of just doing it to the males, oh, lawsuit. Make sure I'm up here so I can keep getting a piece of that action. My man EBD, what's going on? All right, so I'm gonna drop the link so we can discuss this, but I want to tell y'all something. We're 37 minutes into the broadcast. If you're just coming in, go ahead and hit that like button. Okay. Zero Tolerance says sin ain't going nowhere. Stop dreaming. I don't know. I mean, you absolutely could be right. They don't seem to care much about the women and the things that derogatory things that they say. But understand that I need women to understand that men eventually always win. I don't know how long it's going to take. Men eventually always win, because you can't take a male platform, abuse men on it at the direction of women, and think men are going to go away quietly. This is the lie women have been told their whole life, that you can actually secure a win against men. It can be the appearance of winning for some time, but we always going to win in the end. I'm trying to tell you, we always going to win. Men are going to make moves. And for some reason, when men make moves, that's always where women want to be. So if all men move from YouTube to Rumble, Rumble is now the new YouTube. Now have y'all ever noticed that women never want to be where only women are at? Y'all need us to applaud you too. Y'all always want to be where we're at. So let all of these male content creators start moving their shit off, and it's actually already happened. Y'all know I'm plugged into many different communities, most notably the Second Amendment gun community. They're already moving their content off YouTube. They're on Locals. They're on Utreon, which I don't even know what the hell that is. Patreon. They're on Rumble. They are moving all of their content off. They've been getting, they were the first to start getting demonetized going on about a year and a half ago now. Just demonetizing their content left and right, saying that you can't show how to disassemble any parts on, on a live stream. You can't show any weapons on live streams. They've just been doing crazy stuff back and forth to all of the stuff that men naturally do, that men naturally like, and that men have been congregating on these platforms to discuss for years. Now, all of a sudden, the women start showing up in mass, and you want to start regulating what the hell we do. Like I said, men always win. When men take the dollars away and we take the eyes away, eventually they'll start to feel it. But y'all don't hear me though. My man Trey is tracking with what I'm saying. The women will just follow us as they should. That's their rightful position, followership. No argument here, but I want to give y'all a revelation that I've had over the past weekend. The reason why what are we discussing today on the Trigger Mike Show? What is the topic? I wrote this morning, like 8 o'clock this morning, when I had the second part of my epiphany, okay? Grab your passports. I sent it to a text to JR. It's like, please grab your passports. No more good Western women. Now, naturally, I know that's triggering to some of you, and I'm going to have to do it for clickbait's sake. Okay, for clickbait's sake, I put the no more good Western women, but let me tell you what I actually mean by that. I am not playing around with words. I'm not mincing words with y'all, and I'm not playing around. When I said grab your passports, I really meant that shit, bro. I got women in my house right now, in the other room downstairs and in the game room, probably watching TV. My wife's family came into town, too, an aunt and her friend, and her mom, too. It's her mom's sister. These ladies are from Panama. Oh boy. Let me tell y'all why I wrote this topic today and why we're discussing it. Because even Trey would marry one of these women. And Trey said he ain't getting married. He said he's not getting married. But I feel good today. I feel really good. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I chose this topic in particular. I have a newly renewed spirit. And that spirit, that inspiration comes from feminine energy. This is what feminine energy can do to a man when you experience it in mass. Okay? My wife's aunt and her friend came from Panama. So I got a renewed spirit, not just for me, for all you brothers out there. I'm going to share some hope. Let this be a story of hope for you. These women are extremely soft-spoken, elegant, feminine. I got to tell you, bro. Gave me a lot of hope for y'all. In my house, every Sunday, we wash and fold clothes. My wife and I went out on Saturday. Okay? We went out for our anniversary dinner. We stayed at a nice hotel. We got drunk as hell. We did what we wanted to do. These women watched our kids. In one day, our children act like they've known these women for the entirety of their life. So the warmth to children is astounding. That is also a feminine trait that I think has been lost. If you feel like women aren't as warm to their children, put a 1 in the chat. I'm not trying to start a fight. I'm telling you, all of the burdens that you put on yourself with the independent woman narrative and all these other narratives that y'all are pushing, you can't gain something like that. Remember, there are 24 hours in a day, and there's only but so much attention you can give to any one subject at a time. So if you're trying to play up your career and play up how much of a big dog you are in one way, you're going to be playing down. You're not going to be as effective as a mother. You're not going to be as effective a companion to a man. These ladies were warm to my children. And in the same way people say, look who your children doesn't like and doesn't want to be around to understand how these people are treating them. I walked into my children attached to the legs of these women like they were their own mom. Like, it was crazy. Crazy, bro. All right. Didn't even want to go to school this morning because they just wanted to stay with their aunties. Crazy, bro. Let me tell you what else I witnessed. Because, I was taking notes and I've been taking notes all weekend. 5 a.m. They're up at 5 a.m. Where my military people at? Where my military people at? You already know. Some of y'all are going to cap and say, oh, I can do that or I do that. Well, you might wake up at 5 a.m. one of the days of the week. And for those of you that are nurses and work that early ass 6:45 shift and all of that, yeah, you can get up. Let me not even say 5, maybe 4:30, but 4:30, 5 a.m. consistently up every day. Up every day. I saw it for 2 days, but my wife said, no, they actually do it every day because they have prayer group at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. Everybody's getting a call in the prayer group, which consists of members of the family. It's actually a wives prayer group. 5 a.m. every day. So wake your ass up at 4:55 a.m. because we got prayer group at 5 a.m. So now we have extremely warm praying women. Do y'all like where I'm going with this? Do you see why I'm telling you to grab your passport? Does this sound like the women that y'all have met lately? Because I could be off. I could be wrong. Does this sound like the women y'all have met lately in the United States of America on the dating scene? Do any of these two things match the description primarily, or can y'all guess where I'm going? And do y'all have more guesses for me about what I witnessed in this short 48 hours they've been under my care in my house? Bruh, y'all ready for this? Other than the meal I took them out to yesterday, to a nice dinner, they've cooked every meal in this house. I woke up this morning to eggs, bacon, fresh bread, and in a weird twist, some fried plantain. Not even the regular plantain. These were the plantanos, like mashed. Threw a little salt on them bad boys. Yeah, I remember Emeril Lagasse. Threw a little salt on that bad boy. Crushed it. Crushed them. Smashed. Home cooked meal other than the one I took them out to yesterday. Every meal has been cooked in this house. Good God Almighty, boys. It is good to be surrounded by that type of feminine energy. I cannot lie. Now, up at 5 a.m., extremely warm to children. Came back yesterday. Oh, they did all the laundry. My clothes, listen, y'all, my undergarments were washed and folded. Fellas, if you want some of this treatment, I mean, just go ahead and tell me. Go ahead and tell me. If you want some of this treatment, let me know. My kids' laundry, folded, pressed. The school uniform, pressed. Okay. Whew. Now, this is the most important part, and I see you in the back, black man. I'm gonna bring you up in a second, okay? I see you in the back, and I'm gonna get to y'all. I just dropped the link again, so y'all come up and talk to your boy. But I want to express the most important part of what has happened before y'all think I'm capping, okay? The most important part of all of this, they did not let me touch any domestic duty. Like, I couldn't touch it. Not one thing. I could not touch a thing. I couldn't crack an egg. I couldn't lift a piece of clothing to fold myself. No, go lay down. You have a long day. Okay. Beautiful thing. What's going on, black man?
Man. You didn't tell me you had Jesus' cousins at your house. This
Indeed,
seems,
boy.
this seems immaculate. This immaculate conception of women who have came in and buttered down your house. Now imagine this, brother. Imagine a hostile takeover of those type of women coming into this space. There'll be the divorce rate will go through the roof. Men will be leaving their wives on aisle 3 at Kroger's with the KY jelly and the cucumbers because these women, it's much more. This is what we talk about when we say it's much more to life than in marriage and relationships than sex. That woman just made love to your entire house. The kids love her. You know, you appreciate it. You're in shock. Wow, the clothes are done, right? The woman even fold your drawers. I mean, goddamn. It's just an amazing thing to hear, man. And a lot of men out there right now that may be watching don't experience this and probably will never. A lot of men right now are probably riding in the car listening to this with the terrorist sitting right next to them and can't say amen or clap their hands or anything.
Indeed.
So I'm just, man, kudos to you to be able to see such angelic and such beautiful things come through your door and out your door, man. Maybe they should start a channel called "Don't Worry About It, Black Woman." I got your man, because I think that would be one of the number one shows on YouTube. But other than that, man, the title of the show today, you're talking about men being canceled. I had this conversation with one of my compadres this morning. All these men, fresh and fit, and Thomas Sotomayor, and whether you like them or you don't, still freedom of speech. However, I think that Cynthia G and women like that have said worse things than any of these men. Yep. And I asked people today this very question that I'm going to ask you, Trigger Mike, and then I'll land my plane.
Yes, sir.
What female content creator who, like right now, you got this, what this is, the stud maker? What female content creator out there right now that talks this type of rhetoric has been canceled? Give me one, and I'll cash out you $100.
Not one. They might not even been censored, bro, or censured, whatever you call it. They might not even been struck.
Exactly. And so that's my point that I'm making. So what you just said made so much sense. Fresh and fit, got to go, right? Men are starting to take their power back. We have to find the source of the power and unplug it. All right? But that's what's happening right now. We have to find the source of the power because now men are starting to dress better. Men are starting to get healthy. I saw the other day that the gym memberships and the gym participation through the apps are showing that men are in the gym twice as much as women are right now. They're getting in shape. They're working. They're not having sex with these Jezebels and Billy Bobs, but they're out here really getting to their purpose and their bag. And now they're saying, and these men on YouTube are the source of this. And we got to find the power source. Fresh and Fit is a power source. Get rid of them. Right? Thomas Sotomayor? Oh, hell no. I saw him on Fresh and Fit. Get rid of him on Fresh and Fit and his own platform. Right? It's going to continue to happen. I could only imagine, Trigger Mike, what would have happened to Kevin Samuels after all this stuff that happened, all these new artists that came out, all this trifling stuff, after the Mocha, you sponsored Mocha, but we'll talk about that later. After all this stuff that happened in Houston, where would Kevin Samuels be right now? 2 million subscribers, maybe getting canceled as well, because that's too much power for one black man to have. And I'll land my plane there, my brother. I'll land my plane there.
All right, appreciate that. Multi-generational mulatto. Cam up real quick, so I haven't seen you before, and I'll let you cam down and talk. I just need to make sure you're a real person. Go ahead, got you. Appreciate that. What's going on, man?
Hey, fam, how you doing?
I'm chilling, man. What do you got on the topic today?
And this will be brief, to be honest. Thanks for having me up. I'll tell
No
you,
doubt.
as far as fresh and fit, I'm gonna be honest with you. They had to go because they disrespected their own race. So they crying now. They wasn't crying when they was disrespecting African American women on their program. They wasn't crying when they disrespected African Americans. So I have no sympathy for them, really.
Mm-hmm. So
I
what
don't
I
think
will
it's the.
say,
Okay, go ahead.
yeah, what I will say is, I guess I'm aware of what you're talking about. But if we are talking as men, one of the things that we do, and especially in the ranks of men, is that we don't like what other people say. We're just as common to say, "Hey, I don't like," and express our grievance with other people, and if it's towards us, but we don't try to take away people's livelihood because of it. We don't try to take away people's ability to feed their family because we don't like what someone else has said. So,
They jeopardized it. My bad. Go ahead, King.
yeah. So in the fairness, so just from being a fairness perspective, if YouTube is going to cancel Fresh and Fit, do you think there's also a female content creator, most notably Black female content creator, that should be canceled right along with them?
I never responded to that, and that was a great question. Number one, Fresh and Fit jeopardized their own livelihood by making disparaging comments about their own race.
Why does it
That's a
matter?
fact. Now, as far as the women, there's a lot of female content creators that speak about aborting black male babies that need to be taken off of this platform as well. So my point is, all of the traders must go. I have no sympathy for any of them. To hell with them
Right.
all, really.
Okay. Let me say this. What kind of phone do you have?
Brother, I got an iPhone.
All right. So, are you familiar with the iPhone and the history of the iPhone?
Brother,
Because
make your point, brother. Get to your point. I'm listening.
I'm just saying. Because if you did, you probably would throw away your iPhone because it has some disparaging things against Black people as well.
Yes, that's the point. So collectively, as people of African descent, doesn't that mean that we need to make our own cell phones, brother?
Absolutely, but
Okay, so let's
again,
focus on one issue at a time,
but
brother. All
again,
right, go ahead. I'm
hold
listening to
on.
you.
But again, the battery in your iPhone. Do you know that
Yes,
they're trade workers in
brother.
Africa,
Of course,
women
yes, we
with
know
babies
that,
on their
brother.
backs picking the batteries up for your phone?
Yes, uranium, brother. We know about that. The coltrane.
Absolutely.
So the point
So
is this: I'm asking, why are you deflecting right now? Is the question, brother?
I'm okay. Well, let
Because
me
that's a
not
separate
deflect.
issue, and I agree
Hold
with you
on.
on it. But that's a separate issue.
Let me not deflect. Let me not deflect.
Yes, yes,
I'm a
sir.
huge fan of comedy. I've heard Bernie Mac talk about Black people, Cat Williams talk about Black people, D.L. Hughley talk about Black people. I've heard
Yes.
a lot of great stand-up comedians drag Black people through the mud as jokes, and nobody took it that way. These people are entertainers. Fresh and Fit
All right.
are listen. I don't agree with everything that they say either. However, if you, my brother, even you, my brother, I may disagree with some of the things you say, but I'm with Trigger Mike on this one. I don't want them to take your livelihood away from you just because of shit you said.
Well, brother, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you make your livelihood off of disrespecting my ethnicity, I want to take your livelihood from you, and I say that
Oh,
unapologetically, really.
but
So,
but but you
Fresh and
still got the
Fit
iPhone
had
though.
to go, and I'm happy that they gone.
Hey, but you know what though? At the end of the day, let me tell you this. And I'm not a prophet, but I'm gonna say this.
Yes, sir.
YouTube is gonna get to a point because everybody remember back in the day when Toys R Us was the biggest toy store and Blockbuster was the biggest movie store. Where are those two companies right now? They thought I don't have to go to online because we're too big for online. Toys R Us went bankrupt. Blockbuster went bankrupt when Netflix came because they didn't want to go digital, right?
Yeah.
Because what's
Okay.
going to happen? YouTube has run his course, and what's going to happen is there's going to be a large majority of men leave YouTube, and YouTube will be considered in probably 8 to 10 years. YouTube will be considered the VHS DVD portable
Yes, I
that you
agree.
put in your house,
I agree with
and
you.
we
Now,
and we're going
hopefully,
to be.
let me
Go ahead.
respond to that. Hopefully, we move to a African American owned platform. But I agree with you that YouTube will be obsolete one day. Yes.
Absolutely, it will. Because all these rules you're putting in place, you're taking away people. What's happening is you're becoming biased. Because, like I'm saying, we on one end, abort all black male babies. You know what? Matter of fact, I even heard her have a guy on her show, a white guy, that says if you want the crime rate to stop, then you have to take out all black male babies. So he's right along with her in there with her, and they're spewing this rhetoric about taking lives of babies, and she
Yes.
still has a platform. She's still on Fox Soul. She's still going to these huge platforms getting support. And Fresh and Fit, I don't think they've ever said anything about destroying the lives or taking or deleting babies. I don't think they've ever gone that far. Have they?
Never said to delete black women.
Exactly. So we're going to destroy these men's way of life and the money that they're making because they said a few little racial slips on their show versus hold on versus a woman that says take the lives of children, and her platform is still growing, and women are still agreeing with her and saying,
But brother,
"Girl,
the point is she needs to be deplatformed too. They both.
But she's not though. But she's not though. And so
one.
hold on. So what's the bigger problem? That the
that's
men
the point. Hold
are
on.
getting.
So that's the point. They out the way. Hold on. Fresh and Fit is out the way. Now we gotta get Cynthia G out the way.
She's not going in. Hold on. You know where she's never going anywhere. And that's the point that I'm making. What's the bigger problem?
Hold on, brother. If you have a defeated outlook, then yes, she won't go nowhere.
Hold on. It's not a defeated mindset.
That's a realistic outlook.
Trey, let me land my plane, Trey. Trey, let me land my plane, Trey. I'm gonna land my plane, Trey. Thank you. That's my brother, Trey. Thank you, Trey. But let me say this real quick, Trey. You can cook. Let me say this. She's never going anywhere. Let me tell you why. What is I have a question, matter of fact. What is the bigger problem here? Fresh and Fit gone, or women allowed to continue their rhetoric without any consequences? Have you looked at the world today? Women have no consequences whatsoever, and nobody's holding them accountable. I just saw Sexy Red this morning talking about sucking green cum out of a man's penis. She still has her platform. I see Cynthia G talking about deleting babies. I see the stud maker, right? Or the queen maker, whatever her name is. She's online telling women that they're the leaders, lead men. Men are stupid. Men are crazy. Men are this and that. These women are not being demonetized, not one of them.
Y'all not reporting Cynthia G's videos enough. That's another thing. Reported videos.
We're not
bitch ass niggas.
Well, then that means y'all don't want to see it go nowhere. Then that means y'all don't want to see it go nowhere. Then how y'all gonna complain about Fresh and Fit getting deplatformed as a result of complaints, but y'all won't complain against the women that support killing black babies? And y'all crying about.
Well, first of all, they can take her YouTube. They can take her YouTube channel, but they can take her YouTube channel, but she's still on Fox Soul. She's still on Fox News. She's still on these big ass platforms that millions of people are watching. What are we talking about? You gonna call?
Slow down, brother. If she get, hold on. First of all, if she get deplatformed from YouTube, she will have less viewers, meaning that she will be less inclined to end up on Fox Soul or other networks. You don't realize that?
Okay, so right now, hold on. No, ain't no checkmate. Hold on. That's not checkmate, sir. Because at the same day, what world are you living in right now? A woman.
I'm living in Puerto Rico.
What world are you living in?
I live in Puerto Rico. I live in Puerto Rico.
You're not on this.
I live in Puerto Rico.
You living in the hoods of Mars, brother. Because the world right now, a woman can call the police on you right now and say, "Hey, look, that guy right there, he touched me." They're not going to ask you any questions. They're going to put your black ass in the back seat of a car.
That's true. Yeah.
So when they got that kind of hold on, no. But listen, my point is that today they're uplifting women. I fucking went through my streaming service. Every action movie for the last 12 months has a leading woman in it, kicking men's ass and beating up 200-pound men.
You don't want your daughter to see women in the
listen, you're not getting the point.
So you saying there's women that can't beat you up? It's what I know a woman right now that boxed her to knock you out. I know a woman that boxed her to knock you out right now. I'm keeping it real. I know a woman that boxed her to knock you out right now.
Hold up, bro.
Keeping it real.
Even that, listen.
Oh wait, now you're revealing yourself, brother. I appreciate it.
I'm being honest. Go ahead, let the host talk.
What do you want? What did you want us to call it, man? Your name is long as hell.
Multi-generational mulatto, or just call me.
That's
mulatto.
a long ass name, bro.
Just call me
mulatto.
Hold on, you're articulate enough. Just call me mulatto, brother.
No,
mulatto.
You know my man mulatto.
Yes, sir.
You asked me to call you that. I'm gonna call you that. So as men, bro, we are big picture thinkers. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yes, you're going to find, and here's the funny thing that women do actually. When women want to make a case against a man that she can do something to make him look weak, they always pick the lowest hanging fruit. Now, what we don't want women to do, we're not going to have a discussion about women fighting men because it's not going to go anywhere. One woman beats one man up, great. Now all women think they can beat a man up. Okay.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Wait, hold on. Now women are posturing men and getting their brain knocked the fuck loose, which is going to happen.
And watch this. That's their fault. Is that not their fault?
Hold on. Trigger Mike. I hope
they initiated. Hold on, brother.
Hold on, brother. Hold on. I hope and pray. I hope and pray that Clarissa Shields take this fight with Keith Thurman so we can show the world that women are not superior. You can't whoop no man. I hope he beats her motherfucking brains out.
She'll knock you out, though.
I hope he beat that bitch brains out.
Can I ask this?
Hold on.
All right, hold on,
bro. As somebody that actually used to box, okay, let me tell you this. Let me tell you, Clarissa Shields, I've watched not even just her fights. I don't even like watching fights. I like watching training videos. So I like to see, her in all different styles and elements. Homegirl can box.
Exactly.
Homegirl can box. But the reason why we keep girls in this sport competing against women is because you have no idea if with all her best shots at her weight, with all her strength, can she even knock the average man out?
Can I respond to that without you cut me off? Can I respond without you cut me off?
No.
Watch how brief my response is. I didn't say that the average female boxer can beat up the average male boxer. No, I said the average female boxer, I knock you niggas out on the panel is what I said.
No,
you crazy motherfucker.
Hold on. I'm actually disagreeing with you, bro.
All right.
I'm telling you that our anatomy.
It remains to be seen,
bro. Hold on. This is what I'm saying. Clarissa Shields, if she lands 20 clean shots and doesn't knock me out, and I land one clean shot, she's getting knocked out. So she's better.
Gone.
Hold on. You a boxer, right? I didn't say male boxers. You said you box. I'm not talking about you, nigga. I'm talking about the niggas that don't box.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. This is actually something. So boxing, kickboxing, American kickboxing, Muay Thai. Done those most of my life, bro. We always know all of that shit does not work against street fighting.
Sure don't.
Okay.
Hold on.
None of that. Hold on. None of that shit survives.
All right, this is what I'm saying. Every time I speak, y'all gonna cut me off. Just let me know.
No, hold on. But none of that shit survives a bum rush. So if she can tag a dude maybe 3-4 times in the shoulder, one time in the face, she better hope to God she knock him down, because once he bum rush and get one clean shot on the inside of her chin, she out, bro.
All right, can I respond to that? Can I respond to that, family?
Go ahead, Mulatto.
Watch how brief my response is. You know what does survive a bum rush? Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You know what else survives a bum rush? Wrestling. You know what else survives a bum rush? Judo. If you have a woman that trains mixed martial arts and she's up against a nigga that has no martial arts training, yes, it's not unfathomable that the woman will come out on top. So back to his original point about the movies with women beating up men, yes, that is very realistic. If you put a woman that's trained against men that's not trained.
Bro, they got Jennifer Lopez. Taking out 6 units of professional fighters and shooters.
Wait,
get the fuck out of here.
Let's be logical. Let's give him that. Okay, Trey, I know you want to interject. Let's give him that.
No,
all right, hold on, bro. Now, how many women train like that, Mulatto?
None.
Say it again.
How many women on this earth train like that?
Hold on. Are you asking how many female mixed martial artists it is? Too many to count.
No, I'm talking about not even mixed, like real mixed martial arts. Let's just say everybody that trains, especially Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, American kickboxing, mixed martial arts. All of the mixed martial arts. How many women do that compared to men?
If you're saying how many do it compared to men, then yes, more men are involved in martial arts. That was not the question or the premise I said. That was not the premise I said. Yeah, so be honest. That was not the premise I said. I said, all right, well, you're bringing up something that's not even related to what we're discussing. I'm literally speaking about trained women that have experience in the martial arts against men that have no experience in the martial arts.
Let me be very clear.
All right, go ahead, Trey.
Let me be very clear here.
Come on, Trey.
If you give me a year to train, because I'm going to go against a trained boxer, so I need the same time to prepare as she has. You give me a year to train, she's not knocking me out.
Meaning shit knock you out before you train, right? Checkmate.
No.
That's my only point. That's my only point. That's my only point. You need a year to train, right? You need that year. You need that year, right?
Hold on. Let him go.
Bro,
Mulatto, let him get his point out.
Are we talking about street fighting? Or are we talking about boxing? Which one are
All
we
right,
talking?
can I respond to that? Can I respond?
No, I'm asking a question. It's a simple yes.
Yeah, no, you never respond. Watch how brief
or
it is.
boxing.
Watch how brief my response is.
No.
Watch how brief my response is.
Street fight or boxing? Which
All right,
one?
can I answer? Can I answer?
Just answer street fight or
yeah,
boxing.
street fight or boxing.
All right, can I answer,
it's
nigga?
simple.
Just say the word. Just
say
the word.
it.
Street fight
All right.
or boxing?
Can I answer?
Street fight or boxing?
All right, go ahead. Street fight, nigga.
Okay, thank you. If this is a street fight, I will destroy her.
How?
Destroy her.
How?
For one, I'm almost 100 pounds heavier than her. And when I'm on top
of her,
she's
it's
not
women that weigh more than you,
not
nigga.
getting me off of
It's
her.
women that weigh more than you.
I don't care what.
It's women that weigh more than you, nigga.
She's not getting me off of her.
Slow down,
bro.
It's women that weigh more than you. It's women that weigh more than you, brother.
Are you talking?
It's women that weigh more than you.
Boxing. She
I
has a
said
much
street
better
fight
chance in boxing.
in a street. Listen,
in a street fight, she's gonna get destroyed.
Trey, check a host. Are you hosting? Are you moderating? I'm trying to respond to you, brother.
They are talking to.
So shut your goddamn mouth so I can respond. Shut your goddamn mouth, cotton picking, so I can respond. There are women that weigh more than you, nigga. You don't know that?
We didn't reveal who he is, bro.
Hold on,
We didn't reveal
Can I respond to the nigga?
Go ahead,
now, Trey,
Mulatto,
you know the street fight.
This,
watch how brief this is. Trey, you know that there are women that weigh more than you, nigga, right?
The fuck that means?
So hold on,
he
Trey.
said he got 100 pounds over her.
Trey.
There's women that weigh more than you, nigga.
Hold on, Mulatto.
You said you got 100 pounds over her.
Hold on. I wanted you to make that point, Mulatto, because that is actually the worst point you could possibly make.
Please tell me how.
A woman that weighs more than a man almost certainly does not weigh. It's not muscle.
Hold on, we talking about trained martial artists. Are you not listening?
No,
specifically speaking about trained martial artists.
Do that. You keep moving the goalposts. We're talking about.
No, I made one point and I stand on it. My only point is, and I'm gonna stand. Hold on. Let me talk to the host, and I'm gonna stand on my premise. I said it more than once. A trained woman that has experience in the martial arts more than likely will defeat a man that has no experience. So back to the focal point. Trey, hold on. Now, Trey, you said that you had 100-pound weight advantage over her. We never even mentioned weight, brother. There are women that weigh more than you. So if we're talking about a woman that weighs the same amount, slow down. You checkmated right now. You nervous. Trey nervous. Trey nervous. You panicking, brother. You panicking, brother. Host, are you moderating? Host, are you moderating? No, I'm not done. You cut me off.
Are you done?
You're cutting me off.
Are you done?
No, I'm not done. I'm not done.
Well, hurry up.
I'm not done.
Spit it out.
I'm not done. You're cutting me off. The question is, if a woman has 100-pound weight advantage over you, or she weighs the same amount as you, and she has a martial arts background, and you don't, you already admitted that you need a year to train, nigga. She will defeat you. Checkmate.
So hold on. So basically, what you're saying is Clarissa got a chance in
this.
You need
that year. Get in the gym, nigga. Get in the gym. Get in the gym. Let the host talk. Get in the gym, Trey.
Moving the goalposts.
Trey, get in the Trey. Get in the gym, Trey.
I asked you earlier, are we talking boxing or street fighting?
I said street fight, nigga. I said a street fight, nigga.
Okay.
Checkmate.
I think you might be mentally. Some might be wrong. Some might be wrong upstairs.
Yeah,
it is, bro. I can tell.
Hold on, all right, Mulatto, hold on real quick. Mulatto, hold on real quick.
Yes.
I'm asking.
Even when we're trying to give you like points based off of logic,
yes,
like we have to remember that men and women are never going to be a like for like comparison. Because what you're trying to do is say a woman's training equates to her defeating a man.
No, I never said that.
Hold on.
She has more training than you. She's more likely to defeat.
Hold on.
Hey, let the host talk, nigga. Let the host talk, nigga. Let the host talk, nigga.
I am
mute up, ho.
Hold on.
Yes.
I'm 6 feet tall, 260. If I can sustain a punch from a grown man and not fall down, it's going to take a lot more work for her to get me down.
Now, host, are you not listening? Hold on, let me respond to this.
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead, host.
I'm trying to give it to you. I'm trying to tell you logically.
Exactly.
What you already know, once somebody starts exerting a certain amount of force in a fight, they get gassed. So to put my big ass down, she's going to have to throw heaves. And once you see this, she
can do a double leg takedown on you, nigga. She ain't gotta strike you to get you down.
Is this nigga reading a dictionary for fighting or something right now?
Brother? Do you know who you're talking to, brother?
Bro,
she ain't gotta strike you at all to get you down,
man. It's always these foreign niggas that go somewhere. Hey man, just because you got beat up, you get blown
up. I got him right there. Hold on, host, I got you right there. That's checkmate. So I'm asking.
Hold on.
The woman.
So
all right, go ahead.
Okay.
Hold on.
Go ahead,
So
King.
if we're talking about a
They
woman,
whooping his ass.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say a woman that knows how to do a double leg takedown, which is Brazilian jiu-jitsu, for her to be limber and in shape enough, I'm going to say that woman is below 170. I'm even giving grace there.
Brother,
So
you don't know.
I'm
You're speculating.
260,
You're speculating.
yeah,
Now.
exactly. Well, no, I'm saying like for her to be in fighting shape, you know, women
Yes.
tend to be shorter. So if she's over 170, she is not proportioned to be fighting anybody.
Brother, she
Because-
could be the same height as you. There's women the
this is what
same
I'm
height
saying.
as you, brother.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. For a
Yes.
woman fighting another woman, that 170
Yeah.
woman might crush her ass. They're both, maybe she's 5'6", 170. I'm
Yeah.
6'260.
Yeah, we
I'm
heard
going
that,
to
bro.
lift my leg up, which is
Yes.
going to lift her whole body up,
If you're
then drop
lucky.
my leg back down
I mean, if
and
you're
crack
lucky,
her
then,
cranium.
yeah, you're lucky, brother. I mean, it sounds good in theory.
Trigger Mike,
I would like
wasn't
to see you
there a
try
fight-
it.
wasn't there a fight
Dude,
between
I
My
can't
question
believe
is
that we on a
But
But no,
show.
you
I
see,
can't
hold on,
believe
hold on.
three
Don't
black
speed
men
past the
on a.
question.
wasn't
Y'all trying
there
to
a fight
speed
between
past
a
the
man?
question. Hold on, Trey.
I can't
Y'all
believe
doing a
4
hot-
black
they trying
men
to
on the
save
show
you.
talking about a
Hold on,
woman
Trey.
whooping a man.
They trying to save you, Trey. Hold on, they trying to save you. I got you back in the hot seat. If she's the same height as you, and she weighs the same amount as you, and she got more training than you,
I want to say
you
the
can
girl.
say
Alright, hold
she's
on.
a year to train.
I want to
Hold
say
on,
her last name is like
Mulatto,
like,
let him get a word out.
there's
Let's
a
get some
fight.
order.
I cannot think of the girl's name, but it was a fight between a man and a woman. She was the same height, same weight as a guy. And I cannot think of it. I think it was a kickboxing match. So he had two trained fighters, and she
So
got
that's not even what I'm
destroyed.
talking about. I'm
And
talking about
He
a
broke her
man that's
ass
not
down.
trained
Yeah, he
versus a
got
woman that
destroyed.
is trained.
He got,
Are you
he
not
got
listening? I
destroyed.
said a man that's not trained versus a woman that is trained. Are you not
So
listening?
basically, hold on. So Clarissa ain't got a shot. You saying Clarissa got a shot against
Against Trey?
Keith?
Hell yeah, yeah, knock Trey out.
No. I said,
Clarissa, knock Trey out.
no. That's not what I asked you. I said, does she have a shot
Not in the
against
street
Keith
fight, she
Thurman?
won't.
Does she have a shot against
Those are
Keith
two.
Thurman?
Hold on.
I'm
That's a
asking the
trained
question.
man. Are you not listening? That's a trained man. Are you not listening?
So he gonna beat our ass?
Clarissa
Most
in the
likely,
street
yes.
fight. Clarissa getting
Okay,
hurt.
that's what I said.
Exactly. So are you not listening to what I said, nigga? I said a trained woman versus a man that's not trained, nigga.
I mean, it's
What
some
part are you
average
missing?
niggas. Listen, hold on, bro. It's some
Yeah,
average
go ahead.
niggas in the hood right now that'll get with Clarissa and knock her the fuck out and with no
I mean, that's
training.
speculation.
Let's just be
That's
real.
speculation.
Let's just
That's
be real.
speculation.
Bro, you're not
That's
being
a lot of
Shit,
speculation.
bro, come on.
You're
That's a
just
lot
not
of
logical.
speculation. Look, Clarissa knock you out,
You're not even
nigga.
being
You ain't one of
No,
them
she
niggas that
she
beat
gonna
up
knock me
Clarissa.
out.
Hold on.
She gonna knock me out.
Are you one of them men that can knock out Clarissa? Because I think she'll uppercut you and get your body there.
She gonna knock me out. But listen,
I
hey,
think she'll hit
what's your
that Philly
hey?
shell
Hold
on
on.
you.
Hey, what's
I
your
think
what's your
Clarissa hit that Philly
excuse
shell on
me,
you
sir.
and then
Excuse
knock
me,
your
sir.
ass out.
Excuse me, sir.
Black man,
What's your
black man,
excuse me?
no,
Hey, what's your email address? Hey, what's your email address? I'm gonna send you my credentials. What's your email
Clarissa
address?
gonna hit that Philly shell on you
Oh, okay.
and then open up on you and knock
That's
your
what I
ass out.
thought.
My email,
That's what I thought.
my email address. Hold on. Let me tell this nigga my email address. Hold on. Let me tell this bitch ass nigga my email
All
address.
right, hold on.
Hold on. Let me tell him my email.
Bitch ass nigga. Bitch ass nigga.
He asked for
Did you
my
say
email.
bitch ass nigga?
All right, can I answer the question? He asked for my
This
email.
nigga's a hoe, bro. Get this whole ass nigga off the platform,
My
man.
email is,
listen.
well, brother, my email address is afro.aspera.
Hey, go ahead, Trey, man. Nobody trying to hit this bitch, man. This nigga,
Bitch, you asked me a question, ho.
Now he saying bitch ass nigga. He sound like a whole female right now.
You're a dumb nigga.
He's got a lot of
Yeah, we ain't got to do none of that, Trey. We grown ass men. We got to call each other names.
The only
This
way
dude
he
is
can
female like.
Clarissa can knock me out, black man, if she takes Mulatto's cape and put it on. If she puts the cape on,
You see nobody laugh, right? Nobody laugh, Trey. So back to the focal
your
point.
feminine ass
What
didn't
is
laugh.
Yeah. You feminine as fuck, bro.
Can I ask y'all this, family? Do y'all have an issue with women that are prominent and
I got an
successful?
issue with women like you.
Yeah, like you.
Oh, let's see if anybody laugh. Anybody gonna laugh? Laugh at this bitch ass nigga joke. Please, somebody laugh at this bitch ass nigga joke.
But look, you don't.
All right, so we got it out the way. So back to
hey,
the
hold on. Let me ask you a question, bro. Let me ask you a question. How many men on this platform? Hey, we didn't give you nothing but respect, bro. How many men on this panel call
y'all been cutting me off the whole time.
How many men? Hey, hold on, bro. A man talking. How many
y'all
men
been
on this
cutting me
panel
off the
called
whole
you?
time, nigga.
How many men on this panel called you out your name, man? I'm asking you a question directly.
That's not
Be
the
a
only way
man,
to
man up.
Can I respond, bitch?
Man, see what I'm saying?
Way to disrespect.
That's what females do. I got a sister just like you, bro. I got a sister just like you. I got a sister just like you.
All right, it's all good, family. We can make
Stay in that foreign country. Stay in that foreign country. Because you come over here, you're going to get your ass knocked out.
All right, love you, fam. It's all good.
So this might even be a good segue into the next.
Get this nigga off the panel, man.
So this might even be a good segue into the next.
Knock this nigga ass clean.
While we're here, hold on. While we're here on the topic of how masculine acting our women are and how they can beat up niggas, the topic of today. Yes. Okay, the topic of today was grab your passports because I don't want to be involved in a country that where that shit is going on, bro.
You right.
I don't want to be involved.
Exactly.
I don't want to be involved in that.
That's
shit.
why.
I don't care.
Yeah,
I no
I
longer
moved out of the
care
U.S. I
about
don't even live in
a
the U.S.
woman's
anymore.
strength or what she can do. So I got a question for y'all. We've already got our opening thoughts. Let me get these super chats
Yes.
real quick. All right, my man Charles Keys Sr., $5. Appreciate that. Says, stayed with the in-laws in DR for 3 months. Never saw the husband do anything in the house.
Look at
Hey,
God.
man, they out there, bro. They out there. My man Sophisticated Jerk, $5 says, I'm sensing short bus energy. Who is he talking about?
He talking about your boy?
All right, my man Advanced Perception, $2 says, Mulatto, take a breath. You too passionate, bro. All right. Man, if y'all just tuning in, we already hype on the Trigger Mike show. So we got some more topics coming up. But I do got a question for y'all as it relates to the main topic, which is grab your passports. There are no more good Western women. All right. So the question is, can we ever coach our women to be more feminine and dutiful, or should we convince men to go elsewhere? Real question.
Convince me.
Yeah, go ahead, BMU.
Yeah, I think that we've gotten to a point right now, Trigger Mike, and this is no slight to anybody. If you think you're a great woman, be that. But it's not what you think; it's what men believe. And I think that men have gotten to a point they've gotten tired, and men are wanting peace. And in that peace, they're finding peace that surpasses all understanding in other places. They're going to other places to get what you described when what you had at your house during the anniversary weekend with your wife. Also, the person who just sent the super chat, who also spoke about it and said the same thing about what you just said. You know, he DR for 3 months, not having to touch anything, do anything. These are women who have been raised to serve, right? But in the Western hemisphere over here, women are being raised to say you got served those papers. Highest divorce rate, highest single mothers. You can go down your timeline and look at videos. I watched the video of the Mocha Fest and saw a woman just see a random man pull them over to her and just start sucking him right in front of the whole crowd. This is what we're dealing with because we've allowed women to get out of line. And I think that's why rules were put in place. Whether you're spiritual or not, that's why rules have been put in place. That's why morals have been put in place. Because if you allow an animal out of the cage in a place where it's plentiful, they'll get out of line and they'll start doing shit they don't supposed to do. And that's what we're seeing right now. And so my answer to the question, I'll land my plane here, is that men should go elsewhere. They should go and say, you know what? I'm going to try something different because what I'm working with here is just not working for me. Why would I continue to try to afford? Watch this. Why would I continue to try to afford a 99 Toyota Camry with 300,000 miles with a slipping transmission when I can go overseas and get me a nice car with a great engine in it? I don't have to invest a lot of money in it. I could just get it and I could look good in it. What we got a choice here.
I mean, that's a good point. And my response.
Let me get a Mulatto. Let me make
ahead,
one point real quick, and you going next. My bad. So wait a minute. Put this in the chat because the term in the question, it says, "Can we ever coach?" And I meant exactly what I said. I meant coach. Let me tell you why this is important. Because teach. This is the number one reason why I can.
Hey guys, I'm out, man. I got to get back on the bag. I'll holler at y'all later.
Thank you for coming
All
through.
Right. No problem.
This is the number one reason I'm no longer recommending men date American women. They're not coachable. And what I mean by the word coach is that if you are a man of a different culture, right, like me, you are actually going to have to coach your wife to be able to be presentable to your elders, to your family, for her to adhere and want to adhere to those customs. The same way I need to be coached on what is right and wrong in her culture, around her family. Yes, I meant what the fuck I said. Coach, would you rather me say train like you train a goddamn dog? Because all of it applies. The number one thing that y'all refuse to do is be coachable. I went into a marriage ready. Tell me what I need to do to make this shit run smooth. I don't want no problems with your mama. I don't want no problems with your daddy. I took his daughter from him already. Shit, I'm gonna have to listen to some of the stuff he say. So I meant exactly what the hell I said. Men and women alike got to be coachable, and y'all ain't fucking coachable. I meant that shit. Go ahead, Mulatto.
I appreciate you, King. And I'm gonna ask you as a host, really, this is a genuine question. Do you believe that women in the U.S., particularly African American women, would be more, quote, coachable or more receptive to advice from African American men if they actually saw African American men standing up to stop the influx of illegal aliens that are literally taking over African American communities? How can a woman
No,
respect you when you're letting foreigners take over your communities?
no. So this is
You
the
said no?
one thing I can hold on. This is the one thing I can tell you, Mulatto.
Oh, all right.
I do not. I no longer accept conditional femininity, conditional submission from a
No, they
woman.
don't have to listen to you
So
because
hold on,
they
hold
don't
on, hold on,
respect
hold
your
on, hold on.
masculinity.
No, no, no. Let me
They just
let me
say
tell
that
you
we're
why.
not
Let me
being
tell you why.
masculine, brother.
Hold on. Women accept all of the above already. They accept it from their white employer. They accept it from the white man on the street.
Yeah, men
But
in
only
power.
to a black man. Hold on.
Yeah,
Only to a
they
black man
accept it from
and
the men
all
in
of that
power.
stuff. Hold on. The
We're not
only to a
fighting for
black
power,
man.
brother.
Hold on. Only to a black man does that shit become conditional.
Exactly.
And
You
I'm
know
not
what?
accepting.
Do you know what? Because we're not fighting for power, brother.
You
Black
know what?
women are watching. Watch
Let
this.
me tell you.
But can I say this, brother, please? It'll be brief.
Go ahead.
Black women are literally watching black men look the other way while millions of Latinos, Asians, Arabians, etc., literally take over the real estate in African American communities,
So
literally become law enforcement in African.
hold on. Let
Yeah,
me
you gotta
respond.
cut me off. Yeah, just
No,
checkmate.
I'm
You don't
not
like the
cutting you
medicine.
off.
You don't like the medicine.
I thought you were done.
All right, go ahead, bro. I'm
Hold
listening.
on, bro. You
I
can't
wasn't
be
done,
too
but go ahead.
thirsty to make a point. You can't be too thirsty to make a point.
No,
I'm
you
answering
cut
your
me off. You
question.
thirsty to cut me off, nigga?
I'm trying to answer your question.
Well, I didn't
Hold on.
articulate the entire
Nothing
question.
you
I'm
say
asking. All right, go
matters,
ahead, make a
bro.
point, brother.
Hold on. Nothing you say matters because what we keep trying to do is save or tell individual black men to save the community.
That's my point.
I don't want to hear
Nothing
none
you
of that
say
shit.
matters. That's why the women not listening to you. Don't you
cut me
realize
off.
that? Nothing you say matters. That's why the women not
cut
listening
me
to
off,
you.
bro. You
But
cut me
brother, you're
off.
missing the point. You
It's
cut me
my
off.
show,
For one.
goddammit.
Clearly,
I
it's your
could have
show.
swore the
You gotta
marquee
be
on the
logical.
top said the Trigger Mike show. Hold on. You cannot talk about that shit because do you know what the other men from other ethnic groups that come in to buy real estate in the black community, do you know what they all have in common?
They're unified like you are not.
No, wait. Intact family.
Exactly. Like we don't have, right?
Oh, wait, hold on.
Like
They
we
all
don't
have
have, right?
intact family.
So you're agreeing that women they have a reason not to listen to us.
Hold on.
Our family's not even attached. How can a black woman respect us?
Exactly.
Checkmate.
I agree with you.
Exactly.
First thing
Yes,
first,
sir.
fix the family. Then you
Exactly.
can get all that other shit popping.
Checkmate.
But hold on.
That's checkmate right there.
Yeah, hold on.
They will be coachable if we fix the family, nigga. You don't realize that?
Yo, hold on, Mulatto. So the attack on intact family structure, is that simply the black man's doing, or do black women also have a say-so? I'm sorry, also have a hand in the destruction of the black family?
There is a mutual culpability.
Okay.
We're both responsible.
So, but if you don't fix the problem of family, which is the biggest wealth creator and generational wealth creator. So remember what black people built under real Jim Crow, under real threat of slavery. They built all of that. So intact family is the number one baseline for buying your neighborhood back, for all of that. So unless we're going to talk about that first, we can't talk about black men not or watching anything happen. If we don't have families, we don't have a purpose to do any of
Trigger Mike, you answered your own question. That means we don't even have to ask are black women coachable. We know they not because we ain't fixed our fucking families, nigga.
And if you see the title today, I'm telling niggas explicitly to go elsewhere to find that shit.
Does that solve the problem? Yes or no? Does that fix the African American family if we flee? Hold on. Let the host answer. Let the host answer. Does us fleeing? Let the host answer, brother. Does us fleeing? Does that fix the African American family? Yes or no?
You fled.
I live in Puerto Rico, which is a part of the U.S. You're a dumb nigga. Host, I'm asking Trigger Mike. Does us fleeing the U.S. does that repair the African American family?
50 states.
It can absolutely.
You gotta take a stick out your mouth. Let the host answer.
Yo, hold on. So, black women live. In fact, the least amount of black women live in the United States of America.
I said the African American family, not the black family. I said African Americans.
Who on earth said I'm trying to fix the black American family?
I didn't say you was, nigga. I said, does it fix the black family, nigga? Are you not listening? You got Tootsie Roll in your head? Get the earwax out your head, brother. All right, so the other African Americans on the panel. I know you throwing the towel just like you abandoned your country in Africa. Ain't you African or Caribbean? You abandoned your country, so I know you're not even gonna fix shit. So the African Americans on the panel,
I
do
didn't
you all
abandon-
want to
I didn't
repair the
abandon
African American
shit.
family?
I was born here. You the one that
Your
live in
family
Puerto
fled
Rico.
here.
Nigga.
That means your family fled here, correct? Yes.
No, they
So
ain't
the
fleeing
other
shit.
African Americans on the panel.
Hold up.
All right, go ahead, King. All right,
Hold up.
are you triggered right now, Mike?
Hold
You triggered?
Hold up.
Yeah, go ahead,
I
Mike.
got dual citizenship.
Yes,
I ain't
because you
fleeing no
fled,
goddamn
right?
way.
Because you fled, right?
I got dual citizenship. I
As a
can go back
result
home
of your fleeing, right?
anytime I want
That
to.
means you fled, right? You got dual citizenship because your family fled to the U.S., right? You was born in the U.S.,
No.
right? No?
To flee is to give up your
That means you
citizenship.
fled.
No.
All right, let's
I'm
talk
here
about
on-
it in real life. You
I'm
said you
here
did
on
not flee your
business.
country, right?
Hold on.
You did not flee, right?
I'm here on business for a very long time.
You fled, nigga. That's that.
I'm here on
You
business.
could, why you not in your country on business? Why you not in your country contributing to the
are you
economy?
not stateside?
Let's talk about it. Why
Why
you not
are
in your
you
country
not stateside?
contributing to the economy? Shout your country out for a second. What country your family from? Let's talk about it.
I'm not talking about it.
You're
This is
ashamed?
myself.
Yeah, you're ashamed?
Ruthless Truth. What's going on, my man?
Yeah, you're ashamed.
What's up? What's
Yeah,
up?
you're ashamed, yeah. Because you could be fixing your country, brother. What happened?
Hey, bro, let me just tell you something real quick.
Yeah, fuck out of here.
I knew that was coming.
I'm sorry.
I saw that
just
coming
had
a
to
mile
go
away,
in.
bro. You can't even have a
I
conversation.
was trying to let it go on for longer, but I think he's just here to troll. Now he's damaging the quality of the show. So let me apologize to the audience for that. So we're gonna get the questions going. Let me get these super chats. Or my man Charles Keys Sr. says, "Black women belong to white men. Touch her and find out." Well, they're the side piece. They ain't the main piece. They could be the side piece though. All right, Ruthless Truth. The question on the docket is, can we ever coach our women to be more feminine and dutiful, or should we convince men to go elsewhere?
Well, that's a very good question, right? And it's one of the most better questions I've heard on the internet. No, the answer is we can't fix our women. We can't, because the infrastructure, right? As long as you're pro-government, right, you will. But the government is anti-family, so it's kind of like we're fighting against ourselves, right? We want our women to be feminine. We want our women to be all these things, but the infrastructure the structure which we live in or cater our life by, they give women an extraordinary amount of leeway, right, to move how they want to move, right? And on top of the men who support the structure, also give these women these huge amounts of leeway. So how can I, if I get my women, try to put my woman in a certain place where I need her to be, and she's seeing all these other women out here doing what they want to do, being sexually liberated or being pro-feminism, and their husbands are supporting them, she's definitely going to try me, right? To the most part. And so until we learn to, as black, first we got to get our house in order, right? As men, we got to get our house in order. We too divide against each other as well, right? It takes a group. It's to get our women to see and come potentially into a feminine, I say respectful manner. They have to see it, some sort of replication of it before they come in. And us, like you just do, multicultural, doing that on here, this channel right now, that is the type of stuff that will keep us divided. So
Right.
I'm trying to figure out how to say it. I'm trying to find the words. So what I'm saying is this: the women are going with the winner, right? They're picking the winner, and the winner right now is the government, right? In their eyes, we know that's not, but in their eyes, unless we can, or either other races of men, but unless us black men get in order and put our house in order, get our respect thing down, get ourselves to where we're very looked upon as a respectful type people, and how we move, and it garners the outward, like, man, this is how I would want to be, then we would be forever in shambles. Our women will, because isolation, they just throw us away. They're like, because they feel like we're not the top of the chain.
Indeed. All right, my man. It says GG in the back. Can you cam up real quick and show your face? I don't think I've seen you up here before. Just show your face real quick and I'll let you up. All right, bet. I see you. What's going on, GG?
Hey, hi guys. Are ladies allowed up here?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You've never been on the Trigger Mike show?
I think I've been on it once. You're great.
Okay. My bad for not remembering, but absolutely, y'all. You are more then welcome. Let me get your opinion on this. So do you want to answer the question, or you have something on the topic in general?
Sure. No, I'll answer the question. Why not?
All right. So can we ever coach our women, meaning American women, to be more feminine and dutiful, or should we convince men to go elsewhere?
Yes. So, okay, I do believe that anyone's coachable. Everyone needs a coach. Everyone needs a mentor in life. We just don't have mentors. We don't have anyone guiding us. Your daughter, women are teachable, coachable when they're children. So the first husband your daughter will find is her dad. So if her dad and the mother show that example of that family unit, that daughter will be raised in a certain way. She would know what her morals are. She would know her boundaries. She'll know how to take care of a man. She'll know how to take care of herself. But because of Black people not having stable childhoods, a lot of childhood PTSD, right? Not having parents there, both mother and father not there for the child, we're lost. And going to another country is not going to save us. It's not going to help us. It's just bringing more trauma to another place.
Okay. Let me ask you. So you did make a statement that said, you said that a woman is coachable when she's young. So, or people are coachable when they're young. Do you believe that a woman should not be coachable as an adult, or is no longer coachable as an adult?
As an adult, we're in a different world now, so we're so impressionable. We have so much things just heading our way. Like, a woman could be impressionable by the internet, by Instagram. We are not strong people. We're followers. We're sheep. So it's not just the woman, it's the man. Everyone has an image, a false image they're putting out there. And if you don't have that ingrained, that family values as a child, it's hard to find it when you get older. It's hard. You're just listening to everyone's opinions. You don't really know yourself, you know? So I do believe you are coachable when you're older, but you have to know yourself. And a lot of women don't know themselves until they reach a certain age, just like men. Men will start to know themselves at a certain age, right? And especially in this world, we're not living back in the day. Back in the day, people didn't even live past a certain age. We're living in the future now. So we're in the future now. It takes a person up to like 40, a man 50 to get to know exactly who they are and what they like and what they want. It's not about race. It's not about, oh, she's soft, she's this. No, you're just not looking for what you want. You're not attracting who you are. If you're that, you're only going to attract that. But if you're foolish, you'll attract foolish women.
But isn't it saying that opposites attract?
When
That's big talk.
when NBA teams, NFL teams bring veterans in to play on the team, typically they bring them in because they're a system fit. They fit the system. So they're bringing them in because they're not actually looking to coach them or train them to do something different. They already fit the system. So when we talk about older women, she would already have to be a fit to the system. I do believe that women can be coached, but they need to be young. It's much easier to coach younger women than it is to coach older women.
She
And
has to be young, or she has to be.
I
Oh,
personally
sorry.
believe that women have to do the coaching. I think this is a situation where the men have to step out. I don't believe this is for the men. I think this is for the women. Women need to be coaching these women because ultimately,
Well, no, I don't agree. I don't
Gigi,
agree with
Gigi,
that. I
Gigi,
don't
Gigi,
agree.
Gigi, I didn't interrupt you. I did not interrupt
Oh,
you at all.
sorry, I couldn't hear you. It's my phone slow.
But I truly believe that women need to be doing the coaching because most women have a hive mindset or a pack mentality or whatever. So they're going to look to the women. They're going to follow other women from what they see. So the women need to be coaching them. As far as the men going overseas, listen, you can convince men to go overseas all you want. That's fine. But if you believe that going overseas, you're not going to encounter some of the same BS that you see here, you are sadly mistaken, because it is quite a lot of the same. It may not be in the same amount of volume. It may not be as many women, but there are women. If you don't believe me, you can watch the Fresh and Fit episode where they went to Colombia. They dealt with the same type of women that they dealt here. They wound up having to kick one of them off the show. So I think that a lot of guys think that, oh, I'm going to go overseas, and yeah, you may find it, but you also may encounter the same type of women that you encounter in America.
You muted, Sugar Mike.
You muted, bro.
Appreciate that. Be brave and think. Yeah, you might be getting an echo.
How's this?
It's not echo.
Yeah, how's that? If somebody speaks while I'm talking, I'll get off here pretty soon. If somebody speaks while I'm talking, I think I can. Am I echoing now?
Nope, you good.
Okay, yeah, I gotta.
Oh yeah.
But folks, I'm 68 years old, and one thing I noticed about 1970, women were set free with that feminist movement, and I think it's a good thing to a certain degree. But you know how we never stop after we get something going? It's always got to go crazy. That's what's happened in America.
Yep.
Women are now. You can find them. We all know we can find them. They're hard to find. I'm not talking about submissive women. I'm just talking about women that want to be gentle and feminine to their man. But the problem is women are now they're out in the workplace. As Kevin Samuels once said, even though men made it safe for them to be on their own, they're not understanding what actually took place. Men made it safe for you to be this bold. In a jungle, if everything cracks down and a major catastrophe happens, guess who's going to be real submissive real fast? That's what's sickening about this. That's what's nauseating about it. And I love Kevin Samuels when he brought that up. And because the reality is, if a woman, she can go out and she can be herself, she can be real professional, she can be strong, bring in a lot of money, but in the end, she always wants the man to get up in the night and go take care of business if somebody's in the house that ain't supposed to be there. So the whole thing is, we're in trouble because women aren't realizing that the reality of men making it safe for them to be this cocky. They refuse to realize that. So they've got themselves deluded. So marriage, folks, I don't know. Marriage might be a thing of the past in America. And like the fella said, go to a third world country. Bring your little lady over here and see how long it takes her to get where she's going. Oh, she might be submissive. I know a guy that did it twice. They were submissive while the probation period went, and then he had to get rid of her after she was a citizen. So I mean, it's a very strange thing that's taking place, and I think a lot of it has to do with maybe our chickens coming home to roost, because men were assholes for centuries to women. You know, okay, you're my woman, you're my property. Like, no, that's not good either. Don't do that to a woman. So I think we've I think men are being the more responsible in trying to repair the excesses of men from 200 years ago, and I think women are being the less responsible when it comes to figuring out the new relationships facts of the U.S. Culture. And I think we're in big trouble. I think if you're going to go overseas, plan on getting a woman for a couple of years. If you bring her back, don't get your hopes up. But I think it all boils down to just a man just standing and doing this. Like, you know, I've told a couple of women, they dressed risky. When I met them, I just said, listen, I'm not fighting about this. I told them right when we first met, your clothes are too tight. You're too revealing. If you want a man, I'll be your man. I don't want all the other men to see that much of you. And if that's too much to ask, well, heck, I'll get out of here, because I'm real good at being single. I got a lot of pretty girls in my day. So I think it's just about men calmly stating their piece, very beginning. And I would call it a certain amount of coaching, because women aren't aware of it. So you do have to, as you say, coach them a little bit. But I think there's no demanding anything out of them. I think both genders are complicating things way too much. I think that's what's going on. I think if men just stayed on their square and said, darling, this is what I got to have out of a relationship, and it doesn't matter. And the woman, if you got a woman that doesn't buy that, you probably ought to be glad that you found out and got rid of her, because there's nothing worse than a woman. My first wife threw me out in 1979 after she graduated from St. Mary's of Notre Dame. She said I was a loser. I said, now wait a minute, you knew that when you married me. You know, so it didn't bother me. You know, I went on and had a good time. But you know, the women are vicious, and they're
Women
so
are vicious, and
yes,
men are too. And you
yes,
better.
I should. Let me say this.
And we're,
Hold on.
No, wait. Let me say this. Women can be vicious. I shouldn't say women are vicious. Women can be vicious now because they're free. Yeah.
Let me. I'm gonna mute you only because the echo.
yeah.
So let me respond to that. God damn, I don't know why I was eating, but so I've taken points from everything everybody said. Trey and Be Brave. So yes, you can go to other countries and experience this exact same thing. And I tell you now, I have Instagram conversations with people like we've met in real life now. It's wild the amount of people that hit me up for stuff. And one of the things I noticed about the people who are asking about Africa and the women there, and I say the same thing Trey said. I said, man, this is a worldwide phenomenon that men are allowing as far as feminism and stuff. But what I will say is it's nowhere near as bad. Here's why. If you're a man that goes to these other countries looking for the same type of woman, because you notice I go on all my homies stuff that are anti-marriage. I go to Fatty, you'll hear Lou on there, you'll hear Poppy on there. They on some fuck these bitches, all these bitches are hoes type stuff. Because I guarantee you, if I go to Portugal right now and if I sit down with my man Fatty and say, where the hoes at? We might not stop running back and forth, ripping and running through places for 7 days straight. But if I say, hey, bro, I'm looking for the wife where the good girl's at, I guarantee you he might have to sit down and think. And I've noticed that about a lot of young men today. You're so enticed by what is giving you carnal pleasure that you always know where to find those types of women. I'm going to a place and I'm saying where the good girls at. Their good girls are in much more abundance than ours are.
100%.
Right? So that's the real issue. A lot of dudes go out and still go to other countries to find boppers. One of my homeboys that was in the army literally goes to Colombia once a month. And I'm like, I know you can get women, bro. You're a 6'2" light-skinned dude. But good girls don't dance like that in the club. One joint just dropped her drawers and just was going nuts on the couch. I was like, yo, are you going to actually look for a wife? You just like boppers. There are boppers here. There's boppers there. There's boppers everywhere. So, you know what I mean? But he keeps saying, no, I'm just dating out here right now when I'm eventually ready to settle down. That was 2 years ago. That dude ain't settling down yet. You see what I'm saying? But I think when men go out to find those type of women, you're always going to find them. Start asking yourself, where do I find the wholesome women at? The women that will meet you and immediately take them to your father. They still do that in other countries, right? They'll say, well, if you want to take me out, please come meet my dad and all that. That's when you know you're dealing with a different echelon of woman, not one that's going to come to your hotel room right away. Now, I think to Be Brave's point, when you said women are vicious, you were actually right. I'm sorry. You don't even need to doctor it up. Imagine this. Can we say, just for generality's sake, that a short person always wishing they were taller? If you were extremely short, no, we don't know. I don't think we have one account of somebody saying, I wish I was shorter. I don't think we've ever heard that. So that is the same dynamic when you give women powers they're not supposed to have in this world that were given and afforded to them by men. They behave like short people who just got tall. They're going to abuse it, right? So men, I've noticed that only benevolence comes from men. Here's the proof. When a man gets money, what does he immediately start doing? Most men, they start making everybody's lives around them better. My wife gets a new car. My children get upgraded. Our house get upgraded. When a woman gets money, what does it immediately start doing? The most selfish shit you have ever seen.
I disagree with that.
Everybody. She turns on everybody.
My mom just got money. My mom blessed the whole family. There are women who are caretakers of the whole family. You gotta stop. No, you gotta stop taking away women
You're
who
giving
take care of
anecdotal. You're giving an
everyone. Nah, man, that's not cool.
Hold on. I'm sure I'm not talking about your mama. Are you telling me?
I'm talking about myself.
Hold on.
I'm a good woman. I go out there and I work and I give.
Gigi,
I
you're not the only woman on the planet.
Hold on, Gigi. Let me ask you: are most women like you and your mom?
There's a lot.
Most
Yeah,
American
the people.
women.
Okay. Here's the thing. Let me just answer you. Okay, because of who I am, I only surround myself with people who are like me or better.
You know what? No, I'm not even going to disagree with you. Hold on. I'm not even going to disagree with you. I'm exactly the same way. That's why I don't know a man that can't take care of his kids. I don't know a man that, like you said, I surround myself with those people, but I'm still acutely aware of the problems being faced out there in the world by other people in their relationships.
I'm starting to leave those alone now.
To be me and do what I'm doing. I know most men aren't like this. In fact, most men in history never even procreated. Right? It's like 40% of men never even had kids. So I understand that it's a small subset of group that even want to be husbands in the way that I am a husband. But I am also aware that other problems being faced out there and that most men are like me. And to say the same, most women aren't like you. They will not get an abundance of anything and share it with everybody. They're going to say, how do you think the independent woman narrative came about? Because they started making their own money. They started, the more money they make, the more they separate themselves from the group, as if they can live on their own. Do you agree with that?
If Gigi can give anecdotal experience, she can give an anecdotal story. I can give one.
No, I'm just talking about from personal experience.
I got a cousin that made $2 million out of a business. She divorced her husband and gave the kids to her husband. She immediately started spending the money on herself. She went out and bought her a house. She went out and bought herself a vacation home. She started spending the money on herself. So you have, Gigi, you have one story. I have another.
No. Hey. I have that same story too. I just said women are vicious. Okay? A woman can be just as selfish as a man. Okay?
No,
and most of you men had narcissistic mothers.
Hold on.
They're more selfish.
Gigi, the point is we're saying that you are more selfish. You don't get a United States of America with skyscrapers and welfare for women and children, and if you don't have it, you don't get a system if men don't exist. Women don't do that shit for each other. Men do it for them. Women are more selfish than men when you have resources. Every matriarchy in the world has failed to make it out of a primitive society because women are selfish and not forward thinking. That's a fact.
Historically, I would put this in also to that point. When I noticed as a young man, because a lot of my friends were successful as opposed to me, I get along. If I got food, heat, and housing, I'm living like a god. So plus I get pretty women on the side, so I'm fine. Which is maybe a curse. It stops your drive to get them if you get it for nothing. But what's funny is if you look at historically, I've known men that drove themselves nuts in order to get what that woman was forcing them to get materially. That's how women do. Even if they don't make their own money, they'll still take a man, drive him into the ground to make sure that she is supplied with what she is impressed with as a living standard. And that goes on way more than people ever wanted to talk about. I can't tell the guys that I've known over the years. I said, your woman's going to drive you to a grave over what she needs. She don't need all that. What I'm saying is, no, wait a minute. It's excessive. It's excessive. I understand a man's got to provide. I get that. Please don't try that on me. But women, historically, I've seen them. The prettier they are, the meaner they are. They'll drive a man into 5 jobs, and they'll drive him into every which way. Now wait a minute. That's not a small phenomenon, and it increased dramatically over the last 60 years.
I didn't say it wasn't. I'm just gonna say, have you met a really rich man? Have you been around a man with assets and money? Do you think he's the greatest guy on earth?
Rich man can't be faithful. It's hard for rich men to be faithful.
Great man how? Because listen to this, great man how? Because extremely rich men struggle to be good fathers. We know that because of their time. But let me ask you, do they not take care of their responsibilities? Because remember, women love money. That's why all women want rich men. So is a woman's life not upgraded by her man being rich?
I know many rich
have
men.
everything to her heart's desire?
I know many rich men, and listen, it's just the same. It's called assets. If you have assets in this world, you're gonna show off. We're in a narcissistic world.
You know what? Let me actually say this, because I'm gonna say upper class man. Because if you're a middle class man, you have a better chance of becoming an upper class, not necessarily a rich man, right? I'll say 250K plus.
I know very rich people.
Yeah, that's an upper. I know very rich people too. I have them in my family.
Yeah,
What I can say, the only a Fortune 500 CEO makes anywhere between $500K base salary, stock, and incentives. So at least $500,000 a Fortune 500 CEO is making. 80% of those men are married.
They are.
Okay. So by that definition alone, yes, they are not choosing to be alone with their own money. They create and keep a family. So they are 100% better and less selfish.
They're not the nicest people.
Hold on. Now, to the same credit, I actually admire women who have achieved, as most men do, I think. But the interesting thing is that I forget where I was around a group of lawyers, and there were two very well put together. This was just like last week. I'm forgetting where I was. Look at the high-powered male lawyer that was standing there talking, ring on his finger, charismatic as I don't know what, had all the people in the courtroom smiling. Go look at the high-powered lady lawyer, stood up, spewing all this bullshit and, had an attitude, no goddamn ring on her finger. Okay? When women get power, you abuse it. You don't want what you've traditionally wanted. You will not create families. You won't do any of that shit. So I think all benevolence and community building actually stems from men. The only people who actually do good shit when we get resources is men. Women are selfish. Admit it.
I'll say, just to interject.
I'm just gonna say that lawyer wearing the ring is a status symbol. Okay, everything's a status and hierarchy symbol. So that if he's a lawyer and he's in that courtroom to be taken more seriously, he has to have that ring on his finger.
No, okay. Let me tell you this.
Interjecting this in the trigger mic.
Go ahead.
If that woman has a ring on her finger, she's not taken as seriously. She's not taken as a hard worker. She's taken as a woman who can go have a baby in that courtroom, that lawyer.
Gigi, let's be honest, because you're being disingenuous right now. Most men pay for all the dates. Most men pay for all the dates. They finance the whole romance thing. That's 99.9%. All relationship built, when they're building the beginning stages to the end, is built by the man.
Sure. I've been with men and they've been asking me for money. They come, they see how you live, and they ask you for money.
Hold on, Gigi. I gotta ask you very careful.
I said
when women come on here with stories like that, you're not telling on men, you're telling on yourself. What the hell are you doing associated with men like that in the first place?
So most men are, when they meet a woman, right, and they get a woman that they want, they most likely going to finance the whole experience. That's off the top, right? And most men are going to, if they really, really like you and they want to build with you and going to, like, say, get married and stuff, most men are going to acquiesce to monogamy, which we're not by nature, we're not monogamous people. But a lot of men will sacrifice that for the betterment of the growth of the family and that woman. So
you have to ask yourself.
Hold on, Gigi, let me land the plane. And you're going to get a chance to. What I'm saying is that is very unselfish right there, right? For a man to go against his very nature for the betterment of his family growth with the woman that he loves. And not only that he loves, but he's financed pretty much the whole experience. So he's given a lot even before he gets married. So therefore, that makes us way less unselfish. Well, women, they will not finance relationships or dates and stuff like that. If you don't pay for their shit, they won't fuck with you, period.
I disagree.
Gigi, in order for you to survive as a woman, you have to be selfish. It's a
because I disagree because I have friends who are engineer and they're women and they pay half the bills at home. They're married. I have friends. I have it in my vision. That's why.
Okay,
I know it's not real.
How many? Okay, Gigi, easy to debunk this. How many women are engineers?
Less than
I have
1%.
I have 3 girlfriends. My baby
Yeah,
daddy's
I'm saying, how many
sister's an
women are
engineer.
okay? In
I
fact,
have
what's the average?
3
Do you
friends.
even know? Hold on, Gigi. Do you even know the
Sorry.
average woman's salary in the United States of America?
I don't know. I'm from Toronto. So
It's somewhere
we
in the
live in a
ballpark of
very expensive city here.
$41,000.
I don't know. I make more than that. See?
I
I
know
don't
you
know.
do. I believe you do. That is not the average woman. You're talking about above average women,
Well,
which
I
are
guess the
in
average
low,
women I hang out
which
make
are
money.
in far
Gigi,
shorter supply
G,
than above
Gigi,
average men.
Gigi, do you even understand that through your conversation, you're showcasing the selfishness? Because you can't even not talk about anything other outside of yourself. Do you
Because
even
that's all I
realize that?
know.
And you're
I'm not.
serious.
That's how I think.
But Gigi, I want to make the point. Even while you're discussing this, you can't step outside of yourself. You can't see past your own
Because
2
that's where
feet.
you're supposed to be. You're supposed to
No,
think within yourself.
No.
That's why we're so confused as a culture. We don't think about what is best for self. We don't even know ourselves.
Gigi,
So
we're
you
No.
having
have
a
to really
conversation
know
about
who you
generalities. We're having a
are.
conversation about
You
the
can't talk
majority of
about
people, not
hypothetically.
you. Not
We
you.
don't
We're
know
having a
these
conversation
cultures.
about
We don't
the
know these
majority of
people.
people.
We don't know what they've been through. We're just assuming and
We're
hypothetically
not
thinking.
assuming. We have more than enough data to be able to tell these things.
Data's
Yep.
fake. Data
Data.
is skewed.
Data is fake.
A lot of it's skewed. I work in that crap. A lot of it's skewed.
Wait, hold on.
The
You
only
know a
data
lot of
that
this
they
data, hold on.
medical data, maybe not, but
Wait, hold on. Do you
generalizations
know a
of
lot of this data is self-reported, meaning the people get asked a question and they report it
okay.
themselves? So let me ask you: is there any, or is only the data concerning men and their problems real, or is all data fake?
No, they don't study every they don't listen. We get stuff and they tell us this is the cure for something and they don't study it properly. Okay,
Let me
that's
ask you this. So there's a study that says black women are the most educated people in the United States.
Fake.
Is that a
oh,
real or
that's
fake
not
study?
real. No, no. Men overall make more money than women in general. Men
No, you
overall
don't.
are.
Is the data does not prove that? What? How, okay, in fact, I need to hear this. How do women make more money than men? How?
Well, women now in the last maybe 10 years have become more educated. I will say
Yes,
in the last maybe
yes,
15 years. Okay,
yes,
they've become more educated. So now
yes.
they're making the 6 figures
There are some women
because
making 6 figures. Yes.
oh yeah, for sure.
Do you want to
For
know how
sure.
you just kind of prove my point? The
What?
stat that you're probably going to, because you said stats don't, you were probably about to give a stat, and you were like, "Oh shit, I just said stats don't work, so
No,
I can't
it's
give
just
a stat."
people I see around me. I
But
told
you,
you, my
but you
mother,
use the
my
stat. You
aunt,
do know
people
you
around me
refer
who
to
are
a
making
stat that
6
basically
figures.
said in the last 25 years, women have become more educated. In the
I
last
don't
15,
know. I
they've
just
gone
talking
to
about
college. Wait, hold on. They've gone to college more than men. So you just used the stat, but said all of them were invalid.
no, I'm
But
talking about because I went to school with these girls. My
yeah,
mother,
so
my
hold on.
aunt.
Remember, you're using yourself as an anecdote. Hold on.
That's how I
So
think.
college used to be about exclusivity. And when men primarily went is when they started drafting all the statistics about how if you went to college, you'd be more likely to make X amount of dollars. Do you not think that because so many people go to college now, that it is no longer as great of a wealth building tool because the market is too saturated with college graduates and bachelor's degree level people? Do you not think that's true?
Soon, listen, this was all a ploy. Soon, AI will be taking over a majority of jobs, and we know this. This is their plan for 2030. They've been planning this. So 2030, we're going to see a lot of jobs cut due to AI. Inflation's going to kill us. Okay,
And who do you think is more
and
affected by by AI, men or women?
men, of course, they took away trades from you guys almost 30
Um,
years ago.
so
Young
what?
boys don't know trades. Young
So
boys
wait,
don't know how to go out
hold on.
and survive in the
Hold on,
woods.
hold on. There are two particular groups of people who are going to be less affected by AI. Two particular groups of people. Those are people that understand the language of AI and know and learn AI and teach AI itself, and tradesmen who work with their hands.
Here's the thing.
Are those men?
AI is
Are
so available. AI is going to teach anyone. Anyone can
no?
learn AI.
So remember. You cannot extract the human component out of everything. You can't. It's not even going to be legal to do so.
That's what they
So
say.
Well, so AI is going to do your plumbing. It's going to pull
Yep.
shit out of your toilet.
No, well, there's certain soon they will be able to diagnose the
No,
problem,
so hold on,
and
hold on.
they have a
What,
machine.
what
Have you
I'm
seen
getting
AI
at is,
build a
hold on,
house?
hold
I
on.
thought AI
What-
built a house. AI
Hold on,
literally
hold
built a
on,
house.
hold on. AI is going to be an assistive technology. It's going to assist people in trades more. It's not going to. It can put the car together, but it's not going to.
Yeah.
It's just like the computer that tells you what's wrong with the car, but it's not necessarily going to
But
put
how do
the
you know
spark
it's
plug in
just going to
itself.
assist? How do you know it's just going to assist us? Is that
All
your
right. Do you think
prediction?
AI can? Do you think AI will change a spark plug in an engine?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Why would
Well,
anybody?
Trigger, she is right, because I seen that
I've seen it.
the
I
machine
have friends
that
who are
built the house,
engineers.
it lay down the whole
I have friends
bricks
who
and
are
stuff
engineers.
I
by
saw that.
manual.
Wait, hold on. I saw that. Who was standing next to the machine?
Watch, it's going to be a machine after
human.
the
A
person.
human. It's going to
They
assist.
have movies
It's
about
going
this.
to make things
Machines are going to
faster.
take over the person.
It's going to
Is
make
this?
things faster and more efficient, but it cannot replace everybody. But let's stay on topic. Who
Okay.
are the tradesmen and the STEM workers and technology workers? Is it men or women?
Both nowadays.
No, it's men. 99% of people who
Mhm.
do jobs with their hands are men and or work
No.
outside.
Remember, everything has changed in the
over
25
95%
years, you said.
of the people in STEM jobs are men. All women do are support jobs and help jobs. All of
Nope,
that
not
shit
true.
is wrong.
Not true. I have a good friend who's an
Women are
engineer.
in the soft.
She
Women
runs. She lives in Texas. My
Women are
friend
in the
is
soft side.
running her whole.
Hey,
No,
Trigger Mike, if
no.
it doesn't happen in her world, it's not happening. It's not a real thing.
I don't even know what world she's living in, bro.
I don't know. I'm just okay. So you
Now
guys are
men-
you're talking. So how are you coming up with this I can't even think of the word, but where do you get this stat from? Quote unquote stat. How do you know it's majority of men to this day? Maybe 20 years ago, but how do you know that stat that it is? How do you know how many people are getting hired through human resources in each company?
Okay.
There's
All
so
right. You
many
ready for this?
different
You ready
reasons
for this?
why they have to
Let
have
me
women
give you.
in there.
Hold on. Let me give you one stat, because what you're using is actually a good teachable moment. What women are doing is saying, well, I know a bunch of women that went to school for such and such, so therefore there must be more female engineers, more female blank and blank. Okay, that's
Never
what
said
you
that.
think is happening.
No, there's more
Hold
than
on,
more
Gigi.
than average.
Hold on, Gigi. Let me make the point.
Okay,
You're
sorry.
absolutely right. There are more women going to school for these professions. I want you to go to is look at the stats of what happens to these women after college. Women, especially black women, are the number one people in America who don't work in their chosen field of study 5 years after graduation in every single thing. If you go to engineering, even medicine, law is number one. The lifespan of a female corporate lawyer is less than 5 years. You will go to school, you'll get the degree, but remember, when men do something, they do it for life. The women change their mind right around the time they think about having a husband and or they have children. They
Because
start wanting
women
to do other
we're mothers, we're natures. We have a
so now
womb.
y'all are
We have a
God.
womb. Yes,
So
we
now
do.
you're making my
We're
point
women.
for me. Y'all don't do this shit long enough for anybody to count it as relevant. When
Because
men
we
do
have
something,
we
do
have a
it for
clock
life.
ticking inside of us, most of us.
Who the fuck?
Trey, I
Hold on.
think y'all sitting up here arguing with Flora.
You went to
Who's that?
You went to school for 4 years. You went to
I went to
undergrad
school
for
for
4 years.
6 years.
You went to law school for 4 years. 2 years as in the clerking for the judge in the lower district court. Then you become a lawyer. 2 years later, you become a corporate lawyer, and you're gonna burn out of that 5 years after. That's a waste of goddamn money. You have to have over 150 in school debt by that time. So what the hell was all of it for?
Yo, I don't know about the average woman. All I know, that's not me. I'm not trying to be selfish, but I feel like
you are absolutely
can't
selfish. Let
worry
me read
about
these
that
super
stuff.
chats, man. My man EBD says, bruh was running his mouth like diarrhea. He talk about mulatto. Goddamn, that was legendary. Advanced perception, $2. Passports don't solve problems. It makes new ones. It can solve your problems if you know how to do it correctly. My man Big Ant says, what up, Trigger? You owe me 2 Advil and 2 Tylenol and a big bottle of Crown Royal. After listening to that feminine male mulatto, my head is still hurting. I got you, bro. No worries. Charles Keys Sr., $5. Stop it. 10% of black men have 70% of the babies. Pookie is still sexy, not the nerds. I'm not sure if it's 10%, bro. I think it's 24%. I've actually ran those numbers last year myself.
All these
Got to do a
stats.
little bit of statistics. So 24% of the men have 70. It's actually 24% have like 68% of the children in the black community. It's crazy. It's crazy. But Black Man Unfiltered, $5. Be brave. Got that mic from Supremacy Warehouse in Broken Mill, Alabama, and that mask or panties of mulatto. Damn. As real, first of his name, $2. Passport bros are vindicated. Traveling the West is shit. My man Big Ant, $10. If you're going to wear a mask, isn't that the point? You not be opposed to be able to make out who you or what you are? I don't know. What do you think, man? But thank y'all for the super chat. Those of you just tuning in.
Yeah, who is that trigger? Is that Zorro up there?
Huh?
Is that Zorro up there?
Could be.
Besides
You know, y'all gonna find out he's not even white. What if he was Hispanic? Tricking all of us. Oh, shit.
No, I'm white. I just I have a medical condition. I'm
He said
white.
that was right. No, don't get that confused. I am white.
No, I'm white. I just have a medical condition that I'm covering up. That because I kind of look rather hideous without this mask. This mask actually makes me young and handsome again, like I used to be. So and I'll tell you something. And let me be honest. I will say things in racial discussions that have gotten me threats. So, you know.
Yeah, I've been seeing you over there on Chaotic Show.
No, yeah, I've not gotten bad threats because most black men, the way I talk, they know that I'm not a racist. I'm a culturalist. I'm against bad behavior, not skin color. Come on,
well, we
get real.
We don't know that over here.
It looks like one of the press masks you put on when you got a sinus infection.
Nah, whatever. It's just to hide my hideous face, old face. I look younger and better like this, and I don't want to look like. But you know, folks, back to the subject. Listen, we're complicating stuff too much. That's what we're doing, and we're going to pay for it. Men just need to stand back. I'm telling you, I had 3 women that I should have married, 3 of them, and they were good women. And the way that I didn't have any fuss with them, they always, 2 of them said, "You never argue, do you?" I said, "No, because if you got to raise your voice or argue, you probably should split up, unless of course you have kids. But if you don't have kids, say goodbye." And you know what happens? The woman becomes more submissive when she sees a man willing to step out the door real fast. So I think a lot of men get. I think a lot of men get hung up into hanging on. Don't do that. Don't do it. Be brave. I mean, just have courage.
Be brave. Be brave.
But no, I have never ever messed with a woman too long if she gave me headaches. And I'm telling you, the 3 that I should have married, I'm telling you, when they sensed that I was not trying to rule them with an iron hand, I was just being a man. And I said, if you stop me from doing this, I got to go because you'll bug me. They became more submissive immediately. So that's why I say I think women are complicating it because they're fooling themselves like the young lady here, thinking, well, women do soft sciences, so she's saying they're all educated. They're not educated in anything.
I didn't say that. Come on.
I didn't mean. I know you didn't. I wasn't quoting you. It sounded like, but I mean, it's the reality. Women are in soft sciences. And what I'm saying is women complicate it because they get a little bit of something and then they think, well, I have a right 50-50, which they do. But you know what the women of old time used to do, black and white women? They used to have 50-50, but they used to fake their husband out and make him think he was the man. But the women never were submissive little creatures.
Floor can't do that, be brave.
I'll put it to you like this. The women of old, at least most women, from what I can tell, actually respected their husband because they understand that respect is what a man needs. The women of today falsely discredit the value of a husband or a man. That's their problem. They don't actually want to be in charge because they can't. To be in charge means you're going to have to take blame for some shit. Women don't want to take blame for anything. Therefore, they don't want to be in charge. What the issue is that they think they can do everything we do by themselves. Why do you think the women who have the lowest absence of male representation in their homes have the worst children, and those children have the worst outcomes. Okay? Back then, a woman know the importance of a man. Ooh, wait till your daddy comes home. Ooh, you see what I'm saying? They knew he was the power figure. He's the disciplinary figure. They never wanted to lose that. Therefore, even if that's all they respected about him, they understood that these kids will go wayward without him. I'm going to get along with him because his children are his legacy. Without him, I'm going to struggle. This is why moms struggle so bad today, because they actually suck. Without dad, they suck.
Well, let me say this, and I got to get off here, sir. But in the old times, I'm telling you, you are correct. But I'm telling you, there was a lot of men, and I've seen it in households of successful marriages. The men were the man of the house, but he didn't need to say it. And the woman, even though she was, the woman had a lot of power in those houses. The woman was worshipped in those homes. She just let on like she was his little flower. But in reality, if that man did something wrong, those women would straighten that man out. They weren't wallflowers. It's just they knew how to pretend to be a submissive woman, even if they didn't have.
Let me agree with you for a second. Real quick, let me mute your mic. Let me agree with you for a second, because what you're saying is what I don't like about a lot of American women is that they cannot make themselves look strong and capable without making somebody else look weak and inept. They do it to men, and they do it to submissive women. Let me turn. So they do that to men, most notably today.
Let me say this, they do, and that is the problem. Women don't know how to have half of the rule and let the man be the jungle man. In the jungle, the man is naturally the head because he's the one that's going to give his life to protect. So the little lady in the jungles said, wait a minute, this dude has me he's got me with that. I better pay attention to him. He's the one that keeps me alive. In modern society, men still have the jungle in them, but the women just don't know how to pretend to be the little lady that he's going to save. And then you're absolutely correct. In the old days, I'm telling you, the women that I was around, the mothers and the successful marriages, those women were not weak women. They just knew how to make the man feel like he was everything.
Can I ask you a question? Can I just ask you a question? Be brave.
Yes, Flora. Go ahead.
You just said my name is not that. Please don't. Okay. All right. You said the woman had to pretend. Look what the words you said. You said pretend, right? Okay. This is what they did back in the day. They pretended to be weak and submissive.
No, I didn't say that. I said they pretended not to have the 50-50. There's a big difference with what you said and what I'm saying. Women, because of the jungle that the man needs to have. The man is in the jungle. In reality, is going to protect everybody. He's going to only naturally feel like the top dog. But listen, they didn't rub that in. The successful marriages that I've seen, they didn't rub that in. It was just that the woman was a softie, and she let him think you're my big old savior of a man.
Mute up real quick so I can answer that. So this is actually an excellent conversation to have. Gigi, what most women are doing, pretend. We can use a word, pretend, if we want to. We can play a word semantics with that. But here's why that's smart. Because here you don't posture a lion. What they're actually doing is making themselves of use to the lion. This is the way I can get his protection. This is the way I can get all of his provision in his household. If I submit to this dude, I am protected in this way. This fool gonna lay his life down for me. I get the benefit of having his family. It's more than just a man. I get the care of his entire extended family. I get to have his children, which are basically her little tribe of people, and I get to have him as a disciplinarian. What women are actually going against today is if you posture that man and let him know we are not friends, we are now enemies. If a female lion, let's not even use the lion, let's use the ape. When female apes get out of line, the male apes, they delete them. You see what I'm saying? So that is what women are doing to say, look at the hierarchy of needs. Right above the need for food, clothing, and shelter, the next one is love and belonging. We all need it, but women suffer when they don't have it the most. Women have to belong to a man. I don't give a damn what nobody say. When women want to shame other women, you shame them for not belonging to a man. That's why no man want your stupid ass. We learned that shit from y'all. When y'all want to shame each other, you know that the need for love and belonging and the validation from men is necessary. So you submit when you have one because he validates you outwardly to society. This is my man. This is the dude that protects my home. This is the dude that brings all his own money home. You're doing that or pretending, as we're talking about, to keep that. Because the second you don't do that shit, he's gonna find you less desirable and go find another woman that can do it. You need that. If you weren't biologically wired to want that love and belonging, y'all could do without men just fine. Right?
No, I agree. I
And in the relationship,
I speak from Charles, like I said. My child's father, we collaborate together. You know what I mean? He moved on. That's fine. And all I have to do, my daughter knows, because he's so much in her life. I just say daddy or dad, and dad alone, right there. Puts her in order. Okay?
Yeah.
We know that the man is powerful and needed, very much needed. You know, a man's to guide a woman. And for a man to be lost in this society, that's why the woman stopped pretending to be soft and, soft in those woods. The question is, what happened to men? What happened to the guidance? What happened to the power? It's not about what the woman's doing, because you guys don't understand women.
I mean, Gigi, be brave. Just told you that we not the ones that ruin the relationship. It's the women who lost control and don't have order.
But how do you know it's the woman? How do you know it's not? How do you know it's not what? You're the leaders, okay? It's like being in a business. What happened to the business? How did it crumble?
Gigi, so my point on this is actually very clear. When we
you go on mute.
You see what I'm saying? That's the difference. We call them simps, but even political simps. There are very strong and powerful men that are using their money and their considerable political influence to hold the line so women can pass and talk shit to the rest of the men. Okay, this is not all men, and this is how I'm gonna make that point. Women are now doing good men wrong. We understand that you can do anything you want to a bad man. Women say they want a man to treat them right. They say they want a man to come home every day, that love them and do. They are doing those dudes dirty. That's how we know it's the women. Give a woman every single thing she desires, and what's she gonna say? I don't want it no more. I don't want it in this package. I'm bored. I want something different. So it's not every time y'all come on these platforms and tell me go talk to the men. Let me give you a metaphorical. I go outside and be like, "Hey, men, what's up?" And there's nothing but men that are just like me outside, because I've created a tribe of people, and I mean not even my homeboys or people that I personally know. The good men that are willing to do well, we all know each other. We all flock together. The interesting thing that I find is that when women start to make their own choices in men, then y'all got all these type of complaints. Y'all go purposely congregate and give your bodies to the lowest ranking men in the world because they excite you. That shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Women are only supposed to consort, have children with, seek the most capable and competent men in every single group. So much so that you should be willing to be his second and third fucking wife. But no, y'all will go get a man you think you can control. So you'll get with him and find out that he's terrible when we all fucking knew that the whole time. You thought you could change him. You thought you could.
But that's my point. There's where my point is. Hey, don't get it twisted. There's a lot of horrible women out there. Okay? All right? But my point is, I lost my point because, listen, it's too much. But I'm just saying, listen, there's women. Yes, there's women. Women make the decision, but I feel like it's men who are supposed to choose the woman. You know, that's how I thought. I thought the men were the hunters. Men were the ones who went into the woods and hunted for the wife.
But how
Go ahead,
can
Ash.
men choose if you just admitted that women made the decision?
Yes, you're right. And that's why we're both in. This is just like Adam and Eve, right? Eve gave Adam that apple, and Adam had to make that decision, right?
All right.
I don't
Hold
trust
on,
the
Gigi.
Bible in this one. So
Question.
And
y'all y'all be twisting that.
I'm just saying, it comes down to your decision.
All right, Gigi, hold on real quick. Black Man Unfiltered says, Gigi, why didn't you marry your baby daddy? And I got to get final thoughts. I got to go pick my son up. Go ahead.
Oh, that's cool. At that time, I got ill. I got sick, and we just fell apart from there. Like life can throw you anything. You know, one day we're here, the next day we can be gone. That's why I don't worry about other people. And I don't think about all these stats and all these things that the government's trying to use to distract us. Okay, because a lot of stuff's happening behind the scenes. And marriage, of course. And to this day, he tells me I'm a wife. He knows I'm a wife. Okay, he's a great father. I picked him. He picked me.
So
He
why
still
y'all not
loves me
married,
to this
Gigi?
day. No, because
why y'all are not married
marriage
then?
is not the answer for
See, Gigi,
everything.
that's telling on yourself because when y'all say
No,
that y'all just grew
he
apart.
found another wife, and he found a better wife, and I'm happy for him.
Oh,
Okay?
okay.
There's nothing wrong with that. I was worried about my life. I was worried about waking up the next day. Okay, that wasn't my thinking about a man wasn't my priority. My child. Well, first came me, and then my
You hear
child.
it, Trigger?
I'm not
I knew
triggered.
you said
Trigger.
No, I
your
said, did
child.
you hear it? I said, did you hear it, Trigger? I was talking
Oh,
Trigger Mike name,
Yeah.
oh,
but
sorry.
I knew that was the case.
You thought I'm triggered.
But Gigi, that's the thing. When it's with men, we have to keep a level head. Like we can't just get sick and fall off and say, oh, we want to do something else once we get better. Like no, the train
Oh,
stay
no,
on its
no,
course.
don't do that, man. My life, I almost died, yo. Don't,
It don't
yo.
matter when
No,
you get better. You supposed to keep
no.
your
I
shit back
had
in
an
order.
illness, bro. No, don't
I
do
don't want
that.
to go
I had
down
an
that
illness.
rabbit hole.
Okay, all right. There you go. Okay,
Yeah,
you right,
man.
Trigger.
Yeah, I was
Advanced
in the
Perception
hospital. I
2
was
says,
almost. You can't do
Advanced
that.
Perception
I wouldn't
says,
do that to a man. I wouldn't say, hey, you were ill. I can't just do that as a man. Like, I don't do the comparison. Life is life. Like, this whole comparison, man and woman thing
Oh, okay.
I
is
don't know
I
what
see
you
what
bullshit.
mean
happened.
by that. I don't know.
I
But
do, Trigger. I do.
Advanced Perception $2 means choose the woman. Good black men try to date you in high school. Oh yeah, then they come back after 20 years of their vagina being abused by Pookie. Then they want you to marry them.
You remember you
I
said I was a
agree.
good white,
And
Trigger.
some of you simps will accept that too. Crazy.
Yeah, well, they need to accept it. Some men love hoes. And
What?
some men, you guys like those girls.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna deny that. They're a bedroom fun only. You're absolutely right.
Right. And some women like
A man will
hoes
take
too.
ass
And there's
any
some
way a
women
woman
who
will
like
give.
men who are hoes
Absolutely.
too. You know
So
that?
so they're supposed to marry them?
I don't know. Marriage is played around. We play with marriage in this society. Marriage is dead.
No, so I'm going to stand in front of that gate and say there's nothing wrong with marriage. There's something wrong with people. Just stay
Yeah,
away from
exactly.
just stay y'all corrupt ass away from this institution. Okay.
Right.
Nothing is wrong with marriage. Okay, because
Nothing's wrong with marriage. Yeah, you're right. You're
let
right.
me tell you what is about to go down at 5:30. After I pick my son up, I'm gonna come back here, finish some of my reports for work. I'm gonna take my son to Kumon at 5:30. Okay. Those are the world's future leaders in there.
It's
And
true.
one thing you do see is a bunch of dads and a bunch of moms waiting in the car for their children. All of these people that stay together to make sure their children have these outcomes, not you, not specifically, but children, all these children that are struggling in math, that are struggling to read from the inner city, they're going to have to go up against jobs against my kid and those other Indians and Africans in there. You don't want to go against those kids.
My daughter
Because
goes to
marriage
Kumon
is an
too.
institution that we uphold so they can do that. So they have
Yeah,
a chance
it's
at
true.
becoming president of the United fucking States. So
And
it's
they're
not
so
about
much smarter
me,
than
it's not
us.
about
You
my
can
wife,
see how
it's
smarter
not
they
about our
are.
personal ego. Every day I get a chance, every time she's like, our daughter is 5 years old, she has a third grade reading level. Okay. That shit only comes from this institution. When you look widely out in the world at who's achieving what, you can automatically say 99% chance that kid comes from a two-parent household. Okay, so that's why we do this institution here. Ain't nothing wrong with marriage. It's something wrong with the people and their inability to.
Yeah, why is it so high? Divorce rate. Why is it so high? That's scary.
Because women want to leave the
Haven't we been
marriage.
talking about selfishness all day? We've been talking about selfishness all day. That is what's wrong.
When men tired of the marriage, they don't leave. They may go cheat, but they don't leave. It's women who get tired and want to throw away the family.
Exactly.
You know, Mike, Trigger, I tell you, what you said was, I've always said it. I like the way you said it. Keep your corrupt ass away from the institution, because I've always said, if you line up 100 people, only 3 of them know how to do marriage, because it's a magnificent institution. Or whatever we do to marriage, I don't care how we do it or how we destroy it or how we end it. There's nothing comparable to 2 humans becoming one, and not even among religion or Christianity or nothing. 2 humans that become one. There's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing to equal that.
Let me tell you how powerful this institution is. Everything everybody's trying to do by themselves. I have a very capable, and I married my wife on purpose. I always wanted an educated woman, much like my mom and work ethic and willing to grind. I said, we're going to be financially independent by 40. She's like, how are we going to make that happen? Okay. This woman's check goes into my account. Okay. And imagine me being the earner I am myself. Okay. 6-figure job, 6-figure business, multiple affiliate program deals, all that shit. Money comes into my account every day. Right. So imagine me being able to hold down the bills and everything by myself. And I have a whole other 6-figure income that just gets thrown into my account every 2 weeks from my wife. Imagine what I can accomplish versus somebody who's only my equal. I can do everything faster than that person. And that's what y'all are missing out on.
Oh, okay? I believe in marriage. I believe in the Bible.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I believe in marriage because I believe in the Bible. I believe in all holy scriptures. And you're supposed to find a wife. It's a good thing. It's a blessing. But everyone around me, I don't believe people. I don't believe humans. We're all sinful, and sin is running. The devil's running this world. So for me to go out and marry someone, I have to really know them. I got to know myself, because that divorce rate's almost at 50%. There's a 50-50 chance this might work out.
People are stupid. It's nothing wrong with the institution. It's the people. So this is the bad part about it. Every time you see a stat like that, which is another stat you quoted.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Every time you see a stat like that, okay, I want you to start asking contradictory questions. Immediately start asking contradictory questions, because the first thing I did when I heard that stat, like, damn, that's crazy. I went and then I found out, I'm sorry, not that stat, the stat that 70 up to 80% of women were leaving. They were the ones filing. So even if it's really just 60%, because some of them had to file because the men wouldn't file, something like that. I said, how many of these women who have been married 2 or more times regret divorcing their first husband? In some regions, it's as high as 60%.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So that means I said, if you regret leaving your first husband, but you were the one who broke up the marriage, then ain't nothing wrong with the institution of marriage. There's something wrong with you. You jumped the gun. You didn't want to change yourself after an argument. You didn't want to reconcile. You took it. You threatened divorce and took it too far by filing the paper. It's people. Something wrong with people.
But hold on. But here's the thing. Let me say, Trigger. Let me say something. You guys say you want women with values and ethics. Yep. When that man goes and breaks those vows and breaks her heart, and you want a woman to be a very, like a real woman, not a because a woman who can look over a man cheating. Number one, she might be cheating too. Number two, I wouldn't trust her.
But we'll take that, Gigi.
I wouldn't trust that woman. If a woman really loves you and you broke her heart, you broke your vows, she's devastated. She's a woman. She's not a man. She's a woman. Her heart's broken forever.
Men don't just
get married to a woman and cheat on her. And this is not an open marriage. This is not what do you call it? 3 wives. Blah blah.
Gigi, this is another American bad thing. Only in America is cheating the worst thing a man can do. And
Thank
I'm not
you.
saying that a woman has to condone it, but if women cheat at the same rate, stop making cheating a male-centric thing. All right.
Women cheat at the same rate?
Now think about this. Think about this.
Yes.
If men and
Okay.
women cheat at the same rate, and some studies even say women cheat more, I believe women cheat more because you have more access. A man can't go out in the street and say, I want to have sex, and a woman take him seriously. A woman can absolutely go out in the street and say, I want some D now. And dude's going to line up like, I volunteer as tribute, right? So I believe based off that alone, y'all cheat more. It's extremely hard for most men to get ass out here.
Okay, maybe
But-
you're right.
Well, let me give you some stats. I'll give you some. I'll give you
If
some stats.
more women, hold on. If more women, I'm sorry, if men and women cheat at the same rate, and it happens also in marriages, that means that men get cheated on in marriages and don't leave, but women do.
The women aren't getting caught.
So let me give you some stats.
No, y'all get caught, GD. We just don't tell it.
But you're right. No, here's some stats. Okay, so all my youth, okay, I'm the side dude wherever I work. So there was a married woman, and I never hit on a married woman in my life because I think if there's a quickest way to hell, it's to hit on a married woman and break up a home. I was picked. These women, every place I worked, I was getting a married woman. I didn't even have to date. Now, what if people are saying, and I think that's a recent phenomenon, probably over the last 60, 70 years. But if that's the reality, if I'm getting these good-looking women and wherever I work, they're married, okay, you know they're cheating as much as men. And I'm telling you something. These women had men that took care of them at home. These
That's
were
what
women
killed me,
that...
Brave.
Pardon me?
I said that's what killed me. They have a whole man that pay all the bills.
Yeah.
And they want your ass barely make it.
But I'm telling you, I didn't even have to hit on them. Once a woman sights and gets you in her sights, it's over. And like you say, how easy is it for her to cheat? A wink and a nod, bam.
But you guys will cheat on the good woman who's cooking you food, washing your clothes, and you go pick up another.
Men don't just cheat for no reason. We not 14
People just have
anymore.
that's why I don't get married.
No, some men do. Some men do cheat for no reason.
But not all men be brave.
No,
like
by
that.
far, a lot of men cheat out of getting driven nuts. But a lot of men, when they're cheating, I think the stats still stand. I think the men aren't cheating as much as people think they are. The wealthy men do, and they can, and they will. But I'm saying the man that's going to work every day, bringing his money home and everything, he's not out there cheating. There's a damn good chance if his wife wants to. I always say, if your wife wants to go to a silly do-nothing job where she's nothing and it's not a calling, unless you're a lab scientist or an astronaut. If a woman wants to get out and she wants to get in the workaday world, uh-oh.
All right. Yeah, I will say that.
Trigger,
Didi, let me get these super chats read. We're gonna get Didi, then I gotta get out of here.
Trigger, is that me echoing or?
No, that's Be Brave. BMU $5 says, if you believe in the Bible, why didn't you marry before you carry? Gigi.
I don't know. God sent the baby at that time.
Gigi, no, you did not. No,
you didn't just use the Bible and then not.
Why would you send $5? Why would you send $5 to say that?
Gigi, stop
that is
right
so
now.
low vibration. Like
You
that's like
leave
no
God
thing.
out of this.
Oh well,
Leave God
that's
out
not
of
my
this.
$5.
Leave God out of this.
Trigger, I see what
Leave God's in my soul. What the heck?
Whoa, leave God out of this. Don't do that.
I wouldn't even want to put God and heck in the
even the sisterhood won't be able to stand with you on that one.
No, you guys gotta take away. You're gonna strip a woman from everything. She says she's a godly woman. You're gonna be like, oh, so why didn't you do this?
Do you know what I?
You be like, God bless you. You're supposed to say God bless you.
Since we're going there, Gigi, do you know what I expect from a godly woman?
I don't know. I don't expect nothing from a man.
No,
I don't.
You know what I expect
really
from a godly woman? To repent.
I don't. You have a wife. I don't care what you say.
You know what I expect? Hold on, because this is what I would
you know
do.
what I mean? Like that's.
Hold on, Gigi. Hold on. This is what I would do, Gigi.
What?
As a married man, I'm going to tell younger men I fucked the game up. I had too much sex before I was married and before I actually found a love interest. Some of those women, I may have spoiled their a level for intimacy for other men. Don't do what I did. I did something very wrong. I had women that I actually loved that may not take love as seriously because of me. I'm going to repent because I did something wrong. Why don't you say what you did
Oh
wrong?
yeah, I repent. But I'm not going to repent on the internet. You know what I mean? I repent. I know my sin.
It's God's internet.
I know what's wrong from right. Okay, the Bible told us the rules.
You know, this is internet
okay,
code.
but you're a sinner. You just said you're a sinner, just as I. We're all sinners. We're all sinners.
I'm the only one that
But
no
Jesus'
sin is better
internet,
than
though,
the other.
Gigi, why you can't repent on Jesus' internet?
Woo,
Because
Rick with the fire.
I'm not in a holy space.
Rick, hold on. Rick
I'm not
with
on
the
a holy
fire. Hold on. They say they
I'm
know
not in a
God
holy
is a man.
space.
They know God is a man. Look how fast they blame him.
What did he say?
Hey, he said, hold on. My man Ricky Williams, $2 said they know God is man. Look at how fast they blame him.
I know, right?
All right, my man Perry Unlikely, $5 says 40% of people drop out of college every year. No one blames the school. Marriage is the same. The individual is not the institution. Facts, brother. Facts. Speaking facts, Didi, get the last word in here so I can get out of here and go get my child.
I just came to start some shit. Y'all can go ahead and get y'all women and divorce y'all just like the other women do because y'all are not good husbands. And when it come down to it, it say that black men cheat the most out of all the other races, and that's statistically proven. So there you go on that.
Oh
and I
my
just came to
God.
start.
One day y'all want to use statistics,
we
one
are-
day y'all don't.
We are
Then y'all
no
want to use
good.
the blood of Jesus. Which one is it?
Yeah,
God,
we
damn.
are no good.
That just went off right.
My man Jordan Landry said, "This went left. Oh Lord, yes, it did.
Yeah.
All right, I thank y'all for coming through, man. I'm about to head out, go get my baby boy, man. Thank y'all for coming through. We'll be back. Chaotic will be on tomorrow, and I'll be back on Wednesday, y'all. All right.
All right, true.
Appreciate y'all. GG, you always welcome. All right.
Okay. You're the best.
All right. Hey, y'all, this was a good show, man. 321 people. I think we back. Okay, summer's over. Get your ass on the Trigger Mike Show. I'll be going on every day around lunchtime, 12 p.m. to 1. Sometimes my meetings do run a little late. But no, this is a dope show. Thanks for everybody that came through. My man BMU, Trey, even you, Mulatto, with your trolling ass. It was good to have you on here today. My man Fatty is coming up in like 8 minutes. Y'all go ahead, head over to the Team Fatty channel, show my boy some love, and catch me here every day. Yeah, around lunchtime. We're going to chop it up with more dope topics for you on the Trigger Mike Show. Shout out to the sponsor, Tej Hanley. The link is down in the description. 30% off along with a free gift. Support these channels, man. They're trying to take us out. Okay, they're trying to take these content creators out. So send a petition, sign a petition or whatever. Let's not even talk about free speech. Let's talk about fairness. If you want to make your platform something, make it whatever you want to. Just make sure you're taking everybody out or shit gonna get real around here. All right. But either way, thank y'all so much for coming through. I'm out. Catch y'all another day.